Ladies and gentlemen, another Monday night, another Tales from the Flipside flagship episode. Listen, we are super happy tonight because Paul is in the house.
Tales from the Flipside. Flipside.
What up, everybody? We have got a full house. Hopefully, we'll see if anybody else shows up. You never know what happens throughout the night, but listen, we've got 5 in the box. Dino, Flipside CEO, Nico Esquire, Carter, aka Mercenaut. Go check out his YouTube page, and of course, the one and only Paul's Problem. So, what's up, Paul?
Yo.
It's good to see you, man.
I know. Every Monday's a work night, apparently. I snuck one in.
Yeah. Look at him, all in his duds and everything. He's ready to go. He's getting ready to. Is the helicopter mask helmet anywhere around? Come on, man. I want to see it.
No. Fortunately, I left it. Yeah, had to leave that on there.
He gassed up the helicopter already, man. He's on Nakatomi right now. He's just chilling, man.
I just see like Paul in there, like sitting in one of those seats, like just waiting, like just holding something and just like for dear life. So anyways,
hey, what is this
guys? Paul, the guys in the Modern Playbook chat have a bet amongst themselves whether or not you carry a strap on your missions to retrieve organs. Now, Leg, he started this discussion because you and him go way back. He told these guys that was true. Some didn't believe that was true. I was hoping that not now, but before the end of the episode, you could clear that up, whether or not you're packing heat.
I'll clear it up right now. It's not a strap. It's a Halo CE battle rifle.
All right.
No, it's a Harley Quinn statue I couldn't have saw in any con 7 years ago. He just drops it out of the fucking helicopter like. Ow!
What's up, everybody?
I'm well protected on my journeys.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. 4th of July weekend. Everybody's just chilling, either super hungover or kicking out the in-laws. And hopefully you guys are hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate it. I see a lot of Flipside friends in the chat. What up, Big Nosh, Dave's Collection, Bryant Wilson, No FOMO Ever, Rain in Threes, Nostalgia Express, Ed LeBeau. I hope that's how I say it. So, and of course, many more. Thank you for hanging out with us. Did we give out a book last week? Were we supposed to give out a book last week? Did we give out a book last week?
I don't think so.
I'll check at some time during the show if we gave out a book last week and I have to pick a random comment. If not.
Oh, boy.
What do you got?
Well, even if so, we got another book to give out this week. I want to give a big shout out to the one and only Drew at Wanted Comics. He sent us over a vinyl set, a trade, and a virgin to give away. I've got a couple of them I'm going to give away throughout the week. We've got all kinds of books we're going to be giving away over the next couple months, you guys. But I do want to say, you guys in Canada and across the world are killing us. I hope you guys saw the Hot 10 on Friday and saw, shout out to Team Nerd Herd podcast, killing it over there. Alonzo came on Comics and Pops on IG. He came on Friday night show, and we gave away a book on the show. We gave away a Bird City Moon Knight exclusive, really badass cover. And then we gave away, care of Jesse James Comics, a white #1 exclusive limited to 250. And said we'll give it away based on whoever we pick next week. So you still have a chance to win that. Go watch Friday's show, figure out how to win it, and do what you got to do. But we did give away the Moon Knight one, and I said, nobody in Canada, nobody, outside of the U.S. And Alonzo goes, you know what, Brian? Because you guys had us on, I'm going to say if anybody wins it outside the U.S., I'll pay for shipping. The dude won it from Singapore.
Ooh, I like it. Hey,
That is probably one of the most expensive places to ship a book. And
Yeah, that's brutal.
oh, dude, it was funny. But anyways, make sure you guys go check out our other shows that we drop on this channel. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, the bell.
at least
You
we
guys
have
get notified.
at least we have fans in Singapore. I mean,
Right? Yeah. Shout out the U.S. military too.
Dude, you know what's funny is I got tables for this like small con this weekend, and this guy's like, I was like, oh, well, I'll try to promote your con on the podcast, and he's like, you could get a lot of viewers, from our convention. I was thinking to myself, like, dude, the tables are $35. I'm not going to get any viewers from your convention, but I might be able to get somebody to show up. And then when I told him like about the show, he had absolutely no fucking idea who we were, and my heart was broken. I was like, God damn it! Fuck. For like 2 seconds, I thought somebody cared, that we were like maybe a big deal. Not so much.
Well, for everybody that's just joining us,
Big in Singapore. We're big in Singapore. If you're just
we're big
joining
in
us.
Singapore. Yeah.
But not in Central Ohio.
No.
God
No.
damn it.
Thanks for hanging out. We have got a lot to talk about tonight. We're going to get into some of the Loki stuff. Everybody's talking about Loki theories and Easter eggs and all kinds of fun stuff. We'll talk about that a little bit. Got a super sick cover to talk about tonight. That is just one of the best things I've seen in a long time. Market report, all kinds of fun stuff. Just kind of hanging out, shooting the shit tonight more than anything.
look at that dad joke. Look at that dad joke. I like it.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Brett
all
has
know.
art. Shout out. Yeah. Hey, here we go. Justin Shannon says,
"Yeah, hit it up."
Hey, Nico, I recognized you at Steel City Con and said hello at least.
That's nice. That's very nice. Yeah, can I tell the truth that Justin and I are longtime friends? I paid him $20 to leave that comment. So I'll get you the cash the next time I see you.
What about your legion of Instagram followers and fans?
Yeah, so it's pretty dark. Basically, what'll happen is this: I will give someone a flyer, right? Like they'll be angry and be like, "I don't want it." I'm just like, "Just fucking take the flyer," and then they'll inadvertently watch. They'll see one of the other like charming personalities, Paul, for example, Brian, Dino, Carter, not me, and they'll be like, "Oh, this stuff's not bad," and then inadvertently they'll be like, "Oh, who's that other guy? I don't know, whatever." So fast forward 6 months, they'll be like, "Dude, I saw you on the internet," and I'm thinking to myself, like, that's because I gave you a fucking flyer.
So
like, you didn't find me separately.
Ready, Carter? Ready? I'm going to spoil his little dream. That I was in Central Ohio with Carter and Nico Nico was not handing out flyers. He was sitting behind the booth counting his stacks of books. He's like, "Oh, Dino's here. Let me go run around the booth and hand out like 4 flyers to some people."
No, I give them out in line before everybody came in. Yeah.
Okay.
Ask Carter. Carter's seen me do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was with I was at a booth like a few shows ago, and like this little kid just came up to the dealer and just handed him a flyer. You know what I mean? It was like how the kids in Vietnam, they go up to like the soldier or some shit like that and hand them something and then scurry off. That's exactly what happened.
Oh.
Yeah. What Carter's not telling you is I was the small child.
Yes.
The small child was me.
And for the record, there's no clock, dude. It's just a go rub chain. I'm taking this with me to South Carolina, I think. And for the record, I did not barter the red jacket away. It's just, it's on a hanger now. And look at the hanger. It says Dino, and if you can see it says CEO on it because my wife loves me so much.
She does love you.
She does.
Yeah.
What was your highest offer for the jacket?
I have not got a single offer yet. If people want to offer, we will make constituents and consolations, and maybe we'll trade some GA books. Who knows?
Oh boy,
that's a
boy. Sky's the limit.
I'm gonna get it professionally embroidered. I think too on the inside lapel.
Kind of like if you get it embroidered like a Mexican prize fighter. Have you ever seen the jackets that they wear?
Awesome,
bro.
I think
next level shit. Man.
I think she's Eastern European, like who did Nico's hat. She does it from like
Look,
pennies
there's
on a dollar.
there's an underground lucha libre wrestling circuit in Central Ohio. We could try to invade their space. I'll let Carter grab me by my ankles and hit people with me. You know what I mean?
Just like swing you around.
Yeah.
No joke. If you're serious about it, I would want to see. I would go to Ohio just for lucha libre.
Nico's going to be called the chair.
That's right. That's right. I go in some circles. That's what they. Yeah, because I fold under pressure.
There you go, Dino. You need a Ric Flair robe for cons, bro.
Okay, so here we go. I didn't tell the story because I got off last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago.
Tell the right way.
It's okay. So I was watching this A&E series. It's called I think it's WWE Most Wanted Treasures. And what they do is they recreate the different treasures and go through people's history, like Ric Flair, Jake the Snake, Andre the Giant, all these big guys. So basically, the WWE back then /F has like no memorabilia when it comes to like 90 and back. Like it either was gone or stolen or non-retrievable or stuff. So they had Ric Flair on. It was the last one. And Ric Flair has this butterfly robe. It looks like it's a black butterfly.
Yeah, bringing it up.
So it has a black butterfly robe, and what that significance is that he used that robe to debut in the WWF at the Royal Rumble, I think in Carter 93, 92?
92.
Yeah,
92.
So, in 92. And that's probably one of the most iconic robes in the Ric Flair era. There's a couple extra ones, but they're all hand embroidered by Sylvie, I think is her name. Sylvie something. You can type in Ric Flair robe.
She's trying to get rid of the Time Variance Authority, right?
Yeah. What's her name?
It says Ric Flair in search of his famous butterfly robe from 1992. Let's see here. What's her name?
The blonde girl, right? From the Time Variance Authority. Different one.
Olivia Walker. I'm sorry, Olivia Walker. So okay. Sylvia, Olivia, same thing. So Olivia Walker, hand rhinestones these out, like literally stitched them on and glued them on by hand. So I mean, these things are pretty ornate. So what happens is he travels around all of the wrestling. I think he goes back to WCW, and in I think it's Jonesville or Jonesboro, Tennessee. He ends up going out one night and like loses it or can't find it or something, right? And he did somebody steal it. You know how the legends of Ric Flair's partying and he doesn't know anything. And so it's been lost for probably 35 years, 30 years, close to 30 years. It's like gone. Ric Flair and aficionados, like guys, his own son-in-law is like a big collector of his, obviously. He's a son-in-law. But it's like, can't find it, don't know where it's at. They go on this mission. It's been like months. They've been going trying to find this, hunt down. It gets sold on eBay. It comes up on eBay. So this Ric Flair one-of-one robe sells for $10,000 on eBay. Now, get this. This is the best part. The guy who sold it, it was in a lost and found for like 25 years at that hotel. Nobody looked at the lost and found in that hotel at Jonesboro, wherever. And it was just sitting in a box for 25 years. The guy's like, well, nobody's going to claim it. It was an employee took it and sold it. I guess he needed some money real quick. Turns around, and the guy who buys it on eBay sells it back to WWE for like, I think it was like a god-awful amount, like $100,000, and like another robe that's probably worth $50,000, and like some other Ric Flair memorabilia. It was ridiculous at the end of the day. I mean, it was crazy.
It's cool as hell. I love stuff like that, man.
Yeah. So, wrestling memorabilia, like for people, like it's gonna be harder now since like WWE. I think what they're trying to do is the guy sold it back. Yeah. Oh yeah. He changed his price 3 times. Yeah. Pat. Yeah. So the guy had he's like, oh, I'll take $20,000 and $50,000, and then he just kept changing the price around and like, oh, I don't want to sell it, because he started realizing how valuable it was. Obviously, when the WWE calls you and they're like, hey, we really want this, a lot of people, like a lot of guys, there's an Undertaker's urn and a couple of them. The Andre the Giant mask, say somebody came up to us and was like, hey, here's an AF-15. You guys want to buy it? You're like, sure, I'm interested. They show up And he's like, you guys are in like an auction with like 4 other people right now. And like didn't even mention that to anybody. He just rolls up and like, you're in an auction, highest bid wins. It's like, what in the world is going on? So
I feel like some of that shit is just made up for the TV show.
it could.
Yeah.
So what WWE is trying to do, I think, though, is they're trying to make a museum or memorabilia. I know they do like fan access on like WrestleMania, and they bring out all the props and stuff so people can take pictures and stuff. But I think they're going to do like a real Hall of Fame, or Wrestling Hall of Fame, or Memorabilia Hall of Fame. And I bet if my money's right, it'll probably be in Florida. I don't think anybody's going to Stamford, Connecticut. I think it's going to be in Florida next to like the Performance Training Institute, probably around there. I would assume.
So
hold on, guys.
There.
Wait, sorry. Say that again.
No, go ahead. No, so they're keeping the NXT at the Capitol Wrestling Center. They're not going back to Full Sail, right?
I don't think they're going back to Full Sail. I think they're going to keep it back to. So what WWE has been doing, it's really interesting when it comes to the whole pandemic thing. They've been letting a lot of talent go and trying to minimize employee count because obviously they couldn't do live shows obviously for a whole year and a half. But you got to keep wrestling going obviously. So, yeah.
They let go of Braun Strowman. I'm like, what? How do you let that go?
Well, look, I bet you he goes to AEW, but I mean, we're boring people with this wrestling. Nico's about to cry. He doesn't know what to do. It's fine. Don't worry. We'll go back to comics. Everybody goes back to comics.
Well, before we go back to comics,
When I was a little kid, I liked wrestling.
Yeah, you and everybody else, man.
Before we get back to comics, I love comments like this. Shout out to Free Energy. Free Energy says, "Everyone, take a second and think about my balls."
Oh boy, I like it.
Yeah, very
I
good.
like it. Good.
Okay.
All right, let's get on with the show. Loki talk. So, everybody see Loki other than Paul?
Yes.
Yes.
So my wife was. Can we talk about spoilers now? Since it's
Of course.
Okay.
There's never spoiler free.
We do a good job. We tell people, like, this is what I love when people are like, that's a spoiler. I'm like, if you follow us on Instagram or watch our shows and we do our job, we tell you what's going to happen on these TV shows and in these movies like 6 to 12 months before they happen.
Well, people don't realize. They don't understand. They got greatness right here, and they don't understand it.
I don't know about that, but
my wife was super pissed about last episode.
oh boy.
She was like, what the fuck?
Why? Because of the ending?
Yeah.
So that pissed a lot
know.
of people off.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, how about if me, for example? So I sometimes will come home and like just go straight to bed. Like I will like Benadryl myself to sleep, wake up at like 3 a.m., watch that shit, and I'm just up all you know what I mean? Like it's over.
And that's why he posts spoilers at 5 a.m. because he's in a Benadryl haze, doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't even fucking care. or I will like wake up at like 5 a.m. because that's what time I usually wake up and watch it before I go to work. Yeah. If I would have made it to work without watching that post-credit, mid-credit call, whatever you want scene, I'd have been so heated. I mean, dude, like I'd have been like just screaming, crying, complaining all day about it.
Mm-hmm. She didn't watch it until the next day, the post-mid-credit. I tell her, and then I guess I don't know if she's still pissed. I could always run in there.
That's dark.
Well, that's what I do, man. Darkness surrounds me. So, anyways, what else did everybody think about it? Anybody got quick feedback? Or?
Who was that brother with the hammer at the end?
Let's pull that shit up. Let me pull that shit up.
Boastful Loki is how they've identified him. I don't believe he has a comic appearance. Certainly not one that I'm hip to.
Well, did you? So that was everybody kind of went crazy for that, right? That was the big deal that everybody was saying. Here we go. I even got an image with an arrow to him. Holy moly!
Oh boy, we are
on ball. All right, that's Boastful Loki with the arrow. Looks like Thor to me. But
it's a low budget Thor.
Yeah. So it was kind of cool that we heard Richard E. Grant's voice, but didn't see him. And then when they pan like and then he's sitting there, that was kind of cool. I think that the alligator or the crocodile Loki is pretty cool. I think that it was cool how they threw that in there.
Throg Loki.
Yeah.
Are you as excited for Gator Loki as you for Pizza Dog and Hawkeye? This is my burning question throughout the whole week. I haven't asked you.
Yeah, not really.
Oh,
Unless it talks or like does something cool.
Yeah, no first appearance on Boastful, but Allocator kind of does. Yeah. Well, we saw that Kid Loki book shoot up. It was on the Hot 10. I think Phil, shout out to Phil. I think he had like a $600 sale on a 9.8. Just crazy stuff, man, for that book. $70 to $100 raw. That's
why Phil's the greatest comic book dealer. You guys know he's a comic book dealer. So.
He's a dealer. He had some hell on the Whatnot app, though. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me end this. Scam likely. All right. Now, you guys get those fucking phone calls from everybody and their mother trying to buy your house, even if you don't own one. Like, what the hell?
Text in. My wife's still pissed. He says.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about this a little bit because they did do a couple things. We finally saw, Mobius believe Loki, which was kind of cool. I like that whole thing. I thought that was very interesting. And then as soon as he comes out and he finally gets Loki and him and two are on their side, boom, they're fucking gone. Or he's gone, right? They smoke him, literally, turn him to ashes. Take Loki off. They take Loki and Lady Loki in to see the Times Keeper guys. And that was kind of cool at first, kind of pissed me off because I was like, oh, we were all wrong. And then I realized, oh, no, they're robots. So robots die, just like I'm waiting for Wizard of Oz to happen. Mm-hmm. And then, what's her name? Princess Power comes out and smokes Loki. And show ends. And scene. Right? And you're right. Wife does have a right to be pissed because that fucking pissed me off too. But then you see Loki wake up in some area that looks like Earth half decimated. You can see the Amazon or the Avengers Tower in the background, right? Mm-hmm. Has anybody noticed anything else? Is there anything else that has been spotted in the background of this? I don't think there's anything else major, right? Anybody else see anything other than Avengers Tower? All right. No. So here was some of the interesting stuff. So we were kind of chilling, just doing some Flipside, stuff one night, hanging out in a StreamYard, and we start talking about the Kang stuff because everybody's still, Kang's Mephisto and this and that, and we get deep down a rabbit hole and we start talking about this. Right, this is Limbo. They call it the Limbo Zone. Right. Very interesting that I'm sure. And here's another thing, you guys. I don't want anybody to say like, oh, we came up with this, because I guarantee 1,000 other people have already talked about this. We know that, right? I get that. But it was just really cool to get into it and to let everybody know like how deep it can go. I'll read some of this. So history. Limbo was a place outside of time, historically ruled by Immortus. Bing. Limbo was a sort of pocket universe whose physical and temporal scope were extremely limited compared to the universe that ordinary human beings inhabited. So that's pretty cool. Kind of seems like that's where they might be, right? Show up in Limbo. Temporal Limbo was a timeless realm used for time travel. Well, that's cool. But there's some other interesting things in here. So it was ruled by Immortus from his castle Tenebrae, which was the primary point of interest there. Its primary occupants were, and it says all these people that have been there. Thor, the Avengers were there once. But there's one thing in here that was interesting. Kang's city base of Chronopolis was depicted as existing outside of time, and therefore could have been in temporal limbo.
So do we get, I guess, a little theory crafting, I guess. Do we get like maybe Immortus Kang, like mini boss, big boss, and maybe he fights Immortus and kills Immortus, or goes back and then Kang? I don't know. I'm just. Oh boy,
Kang is Immortus, right?
Right,
I mean, they're all Kang. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah. So
do some theory crafting.
I don't do a lot of theory crafting.
Oh,
There's a Sphinx that was shown in the trailer for one of the upcoming episodes. The thought is that we will get Immortus or Ramatut. The real question is whether or not this is going to be sort of a bridge to Ensabanur, and if we will finally have like a real way to introduce mutants into the MCU. That's the one I just don't have strong feelings about one way or the other. I don't know that that's necessarily anything more than fan fiction on my part. Now, I like the Immortus angle for the storyline in Avengers Forever. Brian, can we kind of go through that?
Yeah. So this was awesome to me. So yeah, you go into the Limbo stuff. So this let me get back into this. So if I go to appearances, right, this should take us to it pretty quick. Avengers Forever. So this shit right here, people are sleeping on this pretty heavily. Super dope book. Basically,
Shout out to TJ Timebomb.
Yeah, this is everything right now that is going on. Multiple people have talked about it, but we're starting to see it actually commence. Yeah, you know, one of the cool things, I think it's 8, right? Is it 8 or 7?
I think it's, yeah, I can't remember. One
There
or
you
the
go.
other.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's 7. I'm sorry, guys. I'm taking the long way to this. Yeah, 7. So this is where they go. It says narrowly escaping a wave of Negaton erasing the timeline of Earth, blah, blah, blah. Wasp, Captain Marvel take their chronosphere back to Kang the Conqueror's Sphinx replica, floating in non-space outside the time screen. As Rick Jones tracks them for docking, a series of images simultaneously appear as the monitors inside the Sphinx as well as outside the surrounding void. So, you know, could they be picked up by Kang in the Immortal Room? Could Kang be the guy that saves them? I don't know. That could be interesting. But when you go to the next episode or next issue, sorry, it's 8. There we go, 8. So this is the interesting one that I thought was cool. So synopsis for Secret History of the Avengers, which is this issue. The time-lost Avengers, trapped in extra-dimensional realm of Limbo, finally discover that Immortus' plan entails and what he's been doing since he first appeared in the Marvel Universe. Immortus' role in Avengers history is revealed, including his splitting of Human Torch into a second android that would become the Vision, and the revelation that the team's every interaction with Space Phantoms was at his behest. Chief among them, his labyrinth schemes. Immortus hoped to sow discord and confusion and keep the Avengers embroiled in earthbound conflicts into a larger cosmic arena. So he's got them in that limbo zone and like a big chunk of this place. And
can you explain the tie to Scarlet Witch?
Yeah, so let me find that. Where is that? That is, let me go back here. So if you look at that Limbo, where was that, Nico? Was that in the Limbo stuff?
I think it's on 1.
Yeah, I think it's just in the first issue.
There
Is it the first issue? The Scarlet Witch stuff?
I think so.
All right, let me make sure. Well, anyways, the time, at some point, the time beings, those fathers, send Kang after Scarlet Witch because the time keepers know that Scarlet Witch is a nexus being that can just basically do whatever she wants in the time stream. So they send Kang to kill her. So that could be another play. Is Kang looking for the Scarlet Witch? Is that a play in this whole thing? So which is very interesting. And I think that was on, where was that? Oh, it's right here. I know where it is. Here we go. It says here, the Timekeeper's first known interaction with the Prime Marvel Universe was their attempts to break up the Avengers by sending the Space Phantom to defeat them. When he failed, they sent Immortus himself, but he decided to defy the Keepers and assist the Avengers. The Time Keepers then discovered a series of realities that were raised by humanity and tasked Immortus with preventing these from occurring, and they would completely destroy humanity. They also recognized how powerful the Nexus being the Scarlet Witch was, and charged Immortus with killing her to stop her from bearing children. Immortus, however, led her into the relationship with Vision, because Immortus created Vision, basically, right? But I just thought all those are really cool little pieces that people have talked about, and seem like it's getting closer and closer to some of these things showing up.
So do we know if Loki's a multi-season so far, or is it going to be one season and done? Do anybody know that?
So they reported that it was going to be multiple seasons, and I don't know necessarily that the second season will look anything like this season. You know what I mean? Like, who knows? Do they follow Kid Loki around? Do they follow Sylvie around? Like, is it more Tom Hiddleston?
See, I thought do they meet up at the end and he meets Immortus / Kang, and then does the second season he cuts a deal with him to do his bidding? I don't know. I mean, to further, I don't know. I'm just saying.
It's also wild, right? Because our experience watching MCU films and TV shows is that they sure as hell don't follow the chronology of comics. They take little pieces from here and there. I mean, fucking Sylvie is unquestionably Enchantress, right?
Yeah.
And unquestionably not Enchantress.
Correct.
She's a fucking Loki. I mean, it's like, they can't even like give us the characters.
Yeah, they don't take directly from the source material, right?
So yeah, I mean, it's like, but they do in a real authentic way honor it, and that's one thing I can say. There's no one who's ever claimed that somehow MCU television and film doesn't honor the source material. So I think there's breadcrumbs in this Avengers Forever storyline. Some of there's just so many breadcrumbs. I don't want to be the guy who does the story crafting and pretends like I've got some fucking great theory that's going to rock the world. But I put my money where my mouth is. You'll see in pickups. I mean, I picked up an Avengers 10. Immortus seems like it makes a lot of sense.
Well, it's very interesting, and they're definitely they know what they're doing over there. This is the new Momoko cover for the new Kang series that's coming out. They definitely want to start pushing this character. They got the time.
That one's not bad.
No, it's not. I like the eyeballs. What are the eyeballs? Are those like the Watcher's eyeballs or something?
I don't know.
Whose eyeballs are those?
That's funny. Maybe that's a version of a character. Maybe it's a character. I'm joking.
Who knows? The director, so Justin Shannon said the director said she's not the Lady Loki from the comics, nor is she Sylvie from the comics. Kind of irritating. Yeah, it's irritating, but he's obvious saying she's both, right? She's kind of both. So
yeah, and neither, and I mean, it's sort of like a cute thing, right? Like, it's so what's the word I'm looking for? Meta. It makes me want to fucking puke, right? So. We discover that she's a Loki, but at the same point in time, like, she wants to fuck Tom Hiddleston, and at the same point in time, they're talking about like gender fluidity and is he hetero? Is he queer? I don't know. So like, is it Sylvie? Is it Lady Loki? Is it Eichel? Is it whatever? And it, I said this when this first started to break, like. I couldn't decide initially whether or not all of the books were important or none of the books were important. For me, the clear winner is Enchantress because they have the same frickin' first name. But I think all the books are important, and I think that's cool. And we've sort of seen like Marvel do that again and again, where they make multiple books important for a character. There's like 5 fucking books that are important for any character these days. And that's good. That's good for collectors.
Yeah. Well, that's our Joe's Doolin says, enjoy how we say, quote, it doesn't follow the comics, end quote, then talk about what characters spec on from the comics. Yeah, man, that's the truth. That is our side of the pool these days and speculation territory. So
Yeah, but that's what talk about like gold-plated problems, right?
gold-plated problems, baby. Keep selling. And if you got some of these books, man, let's talk about this. If you've got some of the Mobius books, what do you do with them right now? Right?
You ready? I kept 10 fucking copies. I kept a half a dozen copies of Sylvie. I don't know, maybe 24 copies of Kid Loki. I mean, all of them. Didn't part with a one.
So Carter, we know by this story is that you should sell right now because he kept all his books. He missed the timeline to get out.
I can't.
He's in the limbo zone.
How many you got?
I got like quite a few. I'm trying to like. Okay, here's the thing. I sold like 5 of these, and then I found 3 more just like kicking around my house. So I'm like, what do we? I think I made my money on this already, but you know.
Well,
I'm looking to unload.
Hey, hit that investor lot.
Yeah,
Right?
investor lot. Go.
Little cash register emoji and a little
Warehouse
flyer.
fine.
What
Warehouse
the fuck?
fine.
What do I do with
Single
this? What do I do
owner
with this?
collection?
What do I do with this?
Explain to
what are we
people what
doing?
those first store books are.
Those
I
are
don't-
$70 books right there.
I forget
Carter.
what these are.
Carter got them for $1 a piece.
First
Those
appearance of
Precursors to the time.
282. This is
Timekeepers, right?
Timekeepers, yeah.
Yeah.
And then he got like a couple copies of these. I'm still gonna keep like 2 more that I got.
Well, this isn't. Let's not get into the market report yet. Let's just kind of like tickle, as Mel would say, tickle their balls a little bit.
Oh,
This
With
was
a feather. With a feather.
oh boy.
This is interesting. If you guys don't know, make sure you guys, if you guys aren't subscribed already, you should. If you're subscribed, you know. If you're not subscribed, then you don't know. So subscribe, hit that bell. You'll get notified when Dealer Flipside drops and the Modern Playbook Boys Roundtable, where they've got an episode coming where they talk about CGC compared to CBCS. Dino, you were actually there for that show. Hopefully that show will be dropping soon. But here's a mini one with the book we're talking about. We've got CGC copies on the left, CBCS on the right. There's a pretty damn big discrepancy there, which is interesting. Yeah, I know the June ones were before he died, and July 4th he quote unquote died.
But he didn't fucking die. Like nobody can suggest. I mean, Loki's back. He goes to the little thing. I mean, he didn't die. Like
we don't know what happens to anybody after they get disintegrated with that little wand. We have no clue, or do we?
They go to the recycling bin.
Yeah. And
That was literally the post-credit scene.
And then they get made to another TVA person, a different one. I'm joking. I don't know. Who knows what they do?
Yeah, look at everybody giving Carter shit for fingerprint.
The only guy I know who handles $70 books with no bag and board.
I know, right?
Oh, I love it.
Well,
You should be wearing gloves.
this is a big damn discrepancy right here. I don't know, that's like double plus.
Yeah. And wait, and so like a lot of times you hear people say, they'll be like, listen, it's only on these rare books. You can send your modern books to CBCS. Those are the books you want back now. Like I've heard all the speeches about the virtue of CBCS. But the reality is there's no book that's more in the forefront of the public conscience than the first appearance of Owen Wilson while fucking Loki is on television. Are you kidding me? And like you said, it's a 2x jump.
And I'll say it's the only Marvel Disney property right now. Probably it's not like it's mudded in with like 3 or 4 other properties you got to kind of watch out for, right? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just saying.
So look, the truth is, we respect and value CBCS. I really admire
As
Steve
collector.
Borak. I think he's just a solid dude.
He is.
Consider him a friend. But at the same point in time, like, I'm not going to jump in front of a train to sort of like wave my CBCS flag. Now, do I wish that people wouldn't liken CBCS to PGX or some sort of like third-rate, fly-by-night company, because they're not, right? CBCS is the real deal. I mean, shit, I was talking with a buddy tonight who just got 2 9.9s from CBCS, because I think they're a little kinder and gentler than CGC to your average soul on those 9.9s and 10s. And I think the census will document that empirically, but he and I were like, why don't they just have these like awesome labels? Like, I'd have my blue labels be like, fucking dark gray with like booming white, maybe a little red outline or something cool, as opposed to looking like CGC blues. But there's a lot of little things. I think as time goes on, we may see this gap. It may all but disappear. It depends on how quick that Blackstone money comes into CGC. But anyway, I guess I'm getting ahead of ourselves.
Checks in the mail. Checks in the mail.
You're not, because that's exactly what I wanted to go next. Is one thing about Flipside that we are more than anything is we're collectors, and we want to use every tool and channel avenue that as a collector will help our collection grow, whether that's CBCS, PGX, CGC, EGS, I don't care what it is, right? Key collector, cover price, whatever, it doesn't matter. We want to use it all. So the interesting thing is that everybody was talking about the quote unquote Jay-Z acquiring, and Jay-Z and Blackstone acquiring CGC and Certified Collector Group. And
if you haven't found it out, Jay-Z is going to be new head grader at CGC. He's going to grade the books, he's going to ship the books, he's going to check the books in, he's going to verify all the signatures. You guys didn't hear this. This is what happened.
I'd like to take mild responsibility for that because of my epic Instagram posts with Jay-Z just throwing money at people. That made me really happy. Oh shit!
Yeah, it's funny.
He's gonna send his personal address to every CGC member so he can send it directly to his house.
Oh Lord,
yeah.
Jay-Z is private equity. So, do you guys want to talk about the least popular investment private equity firm on Fox News? The Blackstone Group, I mean, Jesus Christ.
Okay, so when you have a private equity group, and I was talking to our kind of segue into this is a CGCBCS kind of segue. I was talking to Mr. Longshore about that. Very smart guy. So when it comes to private equity groups, all they care about is how you're going to take your somewhat slow slumping. Again, I don't know CGC's profit and loss margins or their balance sheet or whatever, but all they care about is making that company better in the profitability range by any means necessary. Then just handing it off to the next person. Make your money, hand it off in 6 months to a year, make your money, and hey, it's somebody else's problem.
Yeah, but also if you guys don't think that prices aren't going to go up, you're crazy, because that's how they make money.
Or that, and more books are going to get shot through. I hate to say it, and
which could be a good thing. It could be a great thing. You get some people over there and that are knowledgeable in comic books.
Yep.
And I don't know if there is a problem with that or not. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that, but what I mean is you hire some extra people who know how to grade comic books a little bit to begin with. You train them out. You do a good job training them. Let's get some places around the country. Let's get some other places that satellite offices. Let's start doing that, because that's going to help a lot. And
the thing too is, it's how do you got to increase profit margin, but you got to decrease the expenses and your liabilities, but you got to increase the throughput rate too. So that's how you make more money, man. I mean, and prices went up before anyhow. I don't know if you want to talk about that, Nico.
Well, I mean, the irony is your big swinging lib trial lawyer is the one guy in comics that's excited about this.
I know.
And I right, but hold on, and I legitimately do nothing but sue corporations for the kind of shenanigans that everybody sort of assumes is going to happen in our beloved hobby, right? Because, I see like management firms and these other like multinational conglomerates try to increase corporate revenue by any means necessary. And it feels like at times that they have one move: decrease customer services, right? Like, we just produce less and charge more. Like, it feels like that. But I hope and trust that isn't going to be the experience that we're going to have here. I take everybody at their word, which has been very explicit. We're going to hire more graders. We're going to expand our operation. We're going to get lean, get mean, get strong, and get all of these sorts of like delays handled, much like McClay described. So I hope that that's what happens. That's not why I'm excited, though. I was excited because of the deliberate decision to talk about the involvement of Jay-Z and Rock Nation, that they took a very, very small sliver. Remember, the Blackstone Group themselves, they gave a $500 million valuation, but it's not as if they were, acquiring the corporation, right? So anyway, the parent corporation. But what the decision was to sort of like link Rock Nation and Jay-Z to this deal. And why that made me super excited is this. The association of celebrity to collectibles increases the desirability and value of collectibles. Period, point blank. It is the MCU effect. And I think that if we have people like Jay-Z and other celebrities that are going to take an interest in collectibles and collecting as something that's important not only to America, but just something cool that we might get lucky and see them doing not some like AMC comic book men. God, that show was unwatchable. But maybe something really fucking cool where I get to see like Sway talk about fucking collectibles on, like on TV. And that gives me hope.
Well, for the people in the back who don't understand this conjecture when it comes to like financial and profit margins and stuff, think of it as like sports teams, right? So you see like Larry Fitzgerald or Puff Daddy or any of these guys, like, so they don't own the franchise. They own one small sliver of the franchise, right? And they go meet up with these other billionaires and guys like that, and that's what they do. It's like, Larry Fitzgerald, he owns part of the Phoenix Suns. It's not like he owns his Suns. It's not like he's making day-to-day operations decisions. He's up in a suite. He does some appearances probably. Brand ambassador, Drake and Toronto Raptors, right? It's not like he's picking the team. I mean, he might, but
you know what I want?
What?
Here's what I want. I want either Blackstone to drop a little money into your neighborhood Flipside, or I want to get this guy on the show. I want to hear what he has to say. Let's get Dame Dash on the show, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get Dame Dash and see what he's into.
I don't wear the
same
T-shirt. I don't wear the same T-shirt every day. I switch out different T-shirts.
Oh, yeah. Boy. Hey, you might be able to hit Dame Dash on Instagram, and I don't even know what he's been doing nowadays since him and Jay-Z kind of left.
He's gonna pause. Yeah, TJ timed out. Yeah, the only guy that still says pause, right? Dame Dash, man, the guy that can be mad at anybody at any point. So let's get him on the show, man. I
feel like we have one of those characters in our inner circle.
Oh yeah. There's one of those characters everywhere, my friend. Not only is there one of those, you know what? God damn it, I'm gonna love to talk about this, man. All right, so on this topic about one of those characters in every circle, there's always one of those characters in every circle that gotta go. I knew about Stray Dogs first, or I saw this comic first, and I need credit for this and that. Unless you're Tony Fleeks or Trish Forstner, you're getting credit for none of it. Okay, and not only that, I'll even go along the lines of this. I don't think we deserve credit on this channel for breaking any spec. Period. That doesn't happen ever.
Right. Thank you.
But
I
what I
want
do
all the
want,
credit. I want it
yeah,
all.
right, yeah. But what I do want to talk about is something that maybe many of you don't know about yet. That is absolutely gorgeous and one of the most beautiful covers I've seen in a long time. That is going to end up being your next Patrick Gleason book, and that is this Iron Man Miles variant, open order variant for Iron Man number 12, I believe, coming out in September.
We're just making sure it's going to be $5.
Look at that.
First of all, I just want to say how cool it is that he made the S on the jacket like we were in 5th grade and we all drew our S's like we were in
yeah.
we were
The
like
3
in the
lines,
game.
2 lines, and 3 lines.
Yeah. What was the name of that company?
Oh God.
God, I can't remember.
I don't remember. Yeah. Anyways, this right here is absolutely gorgeous, and this is going to be your next exclusive that somebody throws up a negative variant or a different color variant. I mean, this thing's somebody's going to be doing other people at turntables, and I love the little Iron Man. I mean, look how dope that Iron Man is on that little toy.
So here we talked about the Gleason before it got real popular, and then they dropped the Virgin that was real popular for a little bit. And there's been so many books in 2020, 2021 that were just so obvious, and somehow people missed them or whatever, and they had like, you know, their $40 day in the sun. I'll be interested to see if this thing has its $40 day in the sun or if it's just a $5 book for all of eternity. Either way, it's a beautiful cover.
It's gorgeous. This is like cover of the year category, man.
Yeah,
this is damn good.
right,
DJ
like
Miles,
that,
DJ
yeah.
Running Miles, yeah.
Yeah, like that
I
Archer and Catwoman back in the day, or you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Just one that's doesn't matter how many are printed. Everybody still wants to have one because it's beautiful.
Yep. Adam Hughes Catwoman. Yeah. Absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, t-shirt worthy. Steve Horn is correct. That is definitely t-shirt worthy.
We'll get Mel's boy to make some fake ones.
Well, so just to let everybody know where this is coming from is they're doing Miles 10th anniversary covers for August and September, or just September. I'm not sure. I'll bring them up. I'll show you guys. There's a couple decent ones, but the majority of them are garbage. All right, let's see here. Here we go. Let's go to Marvel themselves. All right, so this sideways one for Amazing Spider-Man. Let's see if I can do this. It would be great if it wasn't sideways.
Stein hates those covers.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily sideways. I get it.
Yeah.
But they're sitting sideways on a building. That's what. Like their body's not going to be able to do that. Like their body's going to be like, it doesn't make sense. Anyways,
he worked on his ankles and all that stuff. He's superhuman strength.
Yeah, it's not a bad cover. Sarah Pacelli, gotta love Sarah Pacelli. Shout out to Sarah Pacelli. But all right, let's take a look at some of the other ones here. Let me find this, guys. I apologize. Here we go. 10th anniversary. We'll give a little quick love to comicsheatingup.net. Is that
That's our buddy. I haven't seen him in forever. What the fuck?
I know. Yeah, right. All right, so here are your covers. The Black Cat cover is good if they just did this. I don't want to see Black Cat. I just want this.
Yeah.
Like, look how cool that looks.
100% agree.
Another this one's cover of the year. This Shang-Chi one, it would be great if Shang-Chi wasn't there. All right.
So like, true though.
And same with the Moon Knight one. Look how badass the Moon Knight was. I don't want take Moon Knight out of there. Garbage. Garbage.
What?
Garbage. Like they're not very good, right? I mean, here's the this one's decent. It would be better if it was just Miles, Venomized Miles.
Boy, Brian's all on Miles. Loves it.
I love Miles, man. I think he's a great character.
Yeah, I mean, you're not hypercritical. I mean, I know people on this channel and certainly in the community that they were at the first player haters ball, haven't missed one since. They love to hate, right? Like that's all they do is hate. You're not one of those people. No one has ever accused you of that. I think your take on this is, as always, pretty kind.
Well, we'll see what happens. I think you're right, George. I don't think any of these covers, because I think they're all open order, but I'm not sure. I do know this one is open order. It's like the B cover.
And stop talking about me that way. Our conversations are private.
Yeah. So good stuff. I think that's a really cool thing to do if they would just do Miles and not the other characters.
I mean, they do it with Deadpool, right? They put Deadpool on different covers than
Everything.
Deadpool, right? I mean,
everything, man.
I mean, I don't know.
By the way, not to forget to call out how great Roz has been. Like everything he touches is turning to gold right now. Like, there's a couple guys right now that are John Gallagher-esque right now. Where it seems like everything they put out is decent. This one is fan-fucking-tastic. All right. Thanks for hanging out with us. We just hit 200 live viewers. Appreciate everybody that's here. While I got a second, I want to shout out the channel. Make sure you guys hit subscribe if you haven't already. We put out content every day of the week, sometimes multiple stuff. You guys can go to our channel and hit the subscribe button, hit that bell to get notified anytime we drop anything. I want to give a couple shout outs to a couple shows on the network. Shout out to the Dark Side crew and their Star Wars show. It's been doing some awesome stuff over there. They've got some great segments that they've been working on and really been hitting. Shout out JJ Maxwell. Shout out Jedi Johnson. Just been doing, like, those two guys, their segments have been really great. Everybody over there has been doing great stuff. So make sure you guys go check it out. Also, a big shout out to Comic Book Women. If you guys aren't watching Comic Book Women every Tuesday night, then make tomorrow night your first night. They're going to do their spotlight on Carla Cohen. So they did a really good spotlight on Tula Lote last week. A lot of fun, and you'll get opened up to some new great creators in comics, some female creators that are doing great stuff. And of course, who doesn't love Jen, Lucy, and Laura, the Nearing Nirvana gals, who we appreciate the hell out of. So make sure you guys go check them out at Nearing Nirvana. And of course, the Modern Mayhem crew was Saturday night. They had Bill Ponsetti on there. It was a really good conversation about old school comic book shop owning and just how much it's changed. So make sure you guys go check it out. All right. What do we got next? You guys got anything you want to talk about? Con stuff. Was there a con this weekend? Was there a con last weekend? There was a con last weekend.
I didn't.
Yeah, we got another one this weekend. All I did this week, I drove 2 hours to sell a book and got a speeding ticket. That was about the excitement.
Dude, I was on the phone with him. It was the greatest thing ever. It was the greatest thing ever.
Was he like super nice and polite?
Yes.
I hung up on you. He has no idea whether or not I was nice or polite. The police officer was hilarious, had a great sense of humor, was like, I'm surprised you didn't travel back in time. You were driving so fast. I was like, oh, fuck.
And he recognized him from the channel, so that was pretty dope. He did.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. He told me he was going to go to that con, the small one, at the dog park.
Oh boy!
And that so it all worked out.
Sounds like there was a Dallas Comic Con show recently.
Chuck Norris was there.
Yeah. Ooh,
dope!
Yeah.
Yes. I would have got a signature on the comic for him. It would have been dope. I'm going on a little work trip. If anybody's in the South Carolina area, I will be in the inland of South Carolina. So I might hit up a few shops. So we'll see what happens this weekend or this week, I guess. So that's my little foray.
Not bad. All right, everybody. We've warmed it up enough. You ready to get into some market report action there, Nico?
Oh boy, here we go.
All right.
You want me to control it while you take a break?
You got it. I'm gonna go. Get medicated. I'll be right back.
I got you.
He said meditated.
Meditated.
He, he meditates like the Dalai Lama.
Okay. I'm just gonna go right from one because I don't even know what's on these books. So
The Lama.
So here we go.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. So we got Fantastic Four.
boy.
1.
Yeah.
Go
So a
ahead.
couple big boys at the onset. Just wanted to run through them. This one's got some minor color touch and tear seals. Don't exactly know where. Didn't have the book in hand. It's interesting because it's a Pence copy. There has been a move on these Pence books, but significantly less expensive copies. The question for me and I think everybody is there more room on FF1? This copy presents beautifully. Can you remove the color touch? I don't know. A copy from the US with a blue label in this grade is going to cost you a substantial amount more.
Well, it's a slight 2. I would assume you could. I would think you would probably get down to a 1.8 probably.
I wouldn't assume but maybe the point is maybe, and the question is really like, where are the tear seals? Like, are they at the staples? Because that shit ain't coming off. And when it's slight resto,
well, it says C1. C1 should be professional, right? I mean,
I hope you're right. We'll see. But yeah, that's what people always say. They always say it like that. And you've had good luck. I've had bad luck. Every time I've ever asked somebody, can you remove this? They look at me like you're stupid. So
I know. So here's the other thing.
More persuasive.
Is and Carter, I want your weigh in on this. Is the Pence, even though it's a Pence copyright, it's UK and all that stuff, it's still first version, right? I mean, right? I mean, so is it? I mean,
so they argue. The guys in Trends, I was thrown out of that group. Shout out to the people that threw me out of that group. I can't remember their names, but I know you're watching.
Fire!
It's fucking truth. Anyway, they have argued, and I don't know that it's necessarily like some sort of like compelling or persuasive argument, but it's certainly convinced some people that these books were printed first. That way, they could be shipped across the ocean to the United Kingdom. These are actually the true first prints, and like Canadian Golden Age sell for substantially less. Canadian Silver Age with those blank back pages on cool books like ASM Manual 1 sell for significantly less. Mm-hmm. The Pence books from time to time make a move to get close to or near that number, and occasionally we'll even pop the number.
Daredevil 168. You can go down
apparently.
the list. Yeah, apparently.
But if you look at like modern books, people love that shit. When it comes to these older books, not so much. Different collectors. I don't know what the test of time is gonna teach us, but I just thought this was an interesting book for people to think about.
Yeah, people just haven't caught on to these Pence variants. I think.
Do we buy this if we had $8,000 lying around? Do you buy it?
Not me.
Okay.
I'll take my chances and try to find it somewhere cheaper or some shit like that. But if somebody really wants it, go on ahead and grab it.
Okay.
Go on ahead.
Our next book. That
looks a little light to me.
Yeah. As a matter of fact,
it.
It is. I mean, we're seeing this book come back to a more normal price tag too. Again, no reserve auction. I think the 3.0 really presents well. Beautiful book. And
are we seeing a dip and then it's going to rise again? Like, I mean, I understand. Yeah, right. It's going to normalize a little bit, and then it's going to. When he hits the screen, it's over, dude. It's stratosphere.
I don't. Who?
Fingers crossed.
Knows?
I hope so.
You know what I mean?
I hope so.
Some of these major books, right, are so expensive at this point, and they've gone to the moon. Giant Size X-Men 1, Hulk 181, FF5. I mean, you kind of name them. That if they didn't come down a little bit, I'd be fucking nervous. Okay. And if they just will stay at these goddamn prices, I can feel comfortable about our market. And what I suspect is going to happen is they're going to stay here. They might even dip a little further down, and we're going to see not some sort of substantial crash or anything, but just less liquidity. You know what I mean? So, you don't see like a 3.5 for 10K sell every fucking time it gets posted.
I just like how it's $8,600 and they had to charge $120 for shipping. Just saying. Next, we haven't seen this in a while. Clone Wars 1.
These are your boy Carter's books.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw these listings, and I flipped out, especially at the 9.6. I could have swore that 9.6s were like, damn, maybe like 1,000 or something like that.
These are not newsstands, right?
Right. Just direct.
Yeah.
Star Wars books, again, I don't want to call them cold, but they lack the liquidity that they had, just a few short months ago when Mandalorian Season 2 was on the tip of everybody's tongue. I think you guys would potentially agree with me, maybe confidently, that it's buying season on a lot of Star Wars books that, right? Yeah. It's not time to sell at these soft prices.
No, unless you're in there cheap and you just want to get rid of them to get rid of them, and you don't want to hold on to them for however long you think it's going to warm back up. I think the AC. I think we're in the car and the AC's on 1 or 2. We're not on 3 or 4 when it's blasting. I think we, it's like, what? But are we going to wait for the winter to turn up the heater? Like, what I'm saying? Like, how long do you wait to turn on the heater? It's like, is it 6 months? Is it a year? Like, if you bought it really, really cheap, who cares, right?
So these are soft prices to you?
No. These are not soft prices. The rest of Star Wars is soft. Okay. The major keys, right? Like Ahsoka at the tip top, not soft. Can we go to the next Star Wars book?
Yep.
Not fucking soft, right? Like, I think you can blame me for a little bit of this or just reading the tea leaves, but the disparity between a 9.6 and a 9.8 for Star Wars 1 is profound. Yes. Here we've got a 9.8 moving at 5,600. You can grab a 9.6 all day for like less than 1,500. These 9.8s, strong as they come. The Clone Wars 1 price, the variant, strong as they come. First Boba, 9.8, newsstand, big money, $5,000 book. You kind of can rattle off those major books. But then, the 50 to 150 other keys that were just jamming, for the last calendar year, 18 months, I think those prices are pretty soft right now.
Well, I think too. I think Star Wars being so expansive, I think there's too many keys. Obviously, you can't have a whole division of Star Wars and just be nuclear, right? Even in Marvel,
they launched what? Or I'm sorry, what are they? How do I want to say it? They disclosed that they were going to do like a dozen different projects.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like multiple, X-Wing projects. They were talking about maybe doing, going back to tell the story of the Jedi. Talking about Book of Boba.
Bad Batch already came out, but yeah.
Just a ton of projects, and now we're in that kind of like wasteland where everybody's waiting to see, who are we going to see next, and where are we going to go?
Aren't some of these projects falling through, though?
Only one so far I've seen falling through, and that is the
Outer Rim.
Yeah.
The Rangers.
Rangers of the Republic or whatever, yeah.
Right, and again, they described that in two different ways. It's almost like they weren't sure how they were going to do it from the onset. Right, because remember, at first, everybody and their brother was like, "It's going to be what's her face? Who's the girl that they shit canned?"
Cara Dune.
Yeah,
Cara Dune. They're like, "Oh, it's going to be Cara Dune," and then fast forward like 7 to 12 hours.
Yeah,
And they're like, oh no, actually, that's going to be an X-wing project, and it's going to involve this X, Y, and Z. And then fast forward like 2 to 3 weeks later, after she's discharged from the company, and they're like, actually, with her gone, we're just going to scrap that whole project. And it's like, come on, boys, like just at least give us a coherent story about what you were going to do.
Hey, legal didn't talk to marketing. They kind of just run different meeting rooms.
Yeah,
so
you wonder how much that goes on. So anyway, let's keep moving.
Yeah,
this is a book that is finally starting to see a little bit of love. I think, traditional collectors, guys like John Z, for example, saw this as the Silk book. I remember having a conversation with him, 2 years ago about like, hey, I want to try to grab some Silk books. He's like, oh, it's the Comics Pro. That sketch variant's super rare. And then you see, her 1 in 10 in 9.8 going for like $900, almost $1,000. And this book, for a long time, you could have in the $450 price range. So it's finally starting to get some love.
Cool.
This is one I really want to hear your guys' opinions about. Detective Comics number 30, the 4th appearance of Batman. It's a repo cover. Did this guy steal this book, or is that price right on the money, or do you think he's insane? I think something you would be interested in buying, or hell no, or
no. I'll tell you why. Because me and you went to that show. Remember they had a repo cover. Were you there for that? That guy had what book was it? It was a GA book. I can't remember. It had a repo cover on it. It was the hell was it? I can't even remember. It was some cool book. I'm like, oh, it looks really good. He's like, oh, it's a repo cover. I mean, you basically, it's coverless. It's a coverless book.
It's a coverless book, yeah.
And you're paying $2 for a coverless book, unless you can find this cover, which I highly doubt. I mean, it's Detective 30. I mean, maybe you can find it. I don't know. I mean, you got to wait years and years to find a real cover. I mean, if you're buying it for $2 and then you got to figure out how you're gonna, cover detach and stuff like that. I mean, you got to break it out and slab it again. Like,
yeah, but dude, okay, so think about like the trash that sells for $2K these days, and you can get the 4th appearance of Batman.
Yeah, but we talk about this. You're in 2 different stratospheres. I mean, okay, so you could buy an AF-15 or a UF-4 variant. It's like, it's different people with different flavors, right? I mean,
hold on, explain. Yeah, this is crazy to me too. Right. Explain this. CGC. This is.
So it's a
what
no
gave
grade.
the NG? What gave it?
No grade to it's a reproduction cover.
What does that mean?
So it's a cover that somebody could print out on a HP printer, all in one printer. Print out the cover and just staple it on there or put it on there.
They don't staple it. They don't staple it. They don't staple it.
Slide it on there.
They just wrap it.
Yeah, wrap it and call it a complete book with a repo cover. Like I've seen Thor 80 or Journey into Mystery 83's repo covers on them. I've seen.
Well, I mean, I have books with repo covers in my show boxes. You've seen them.
Yeah, I know. That's why I know it. They're still in your show boxes, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm trying to think the last time I've sold one. I mean, they're not.
Yeah, and nobody buys them, dude. I mean, I had a reproduction comic book that I gave away. A whole comic book reproduced with Brad Staples. Like, I mean,
yeah, but that's a little bit different, brother.
4th Batman.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, 4th Batman, man, means a lot.
Yeah, I'd rather have that without the cover on, like just the first,
I'm with you, Paul.
So here we go.
The actual panel he's in.
So Hawk One sold on my comic shop like a few years ago. Me and Lake were talking about it. $800. They had a repo cover on it. Me and Lake were like, we should just bought that for $800, ripped the cover off, and just submitted it. Coverless Hawk One.
Yeah,
it was $800, dude. Like, that's a no-brainer, right? I mean, is this a no-brainer? $2 for a 4th Batman? It's like,
okay, so now that we've all talked about it, is that Carter? You want to weigh in?
If I got that book, I would yank that repro cover off, piss on it, flush it down the toilet, and just present it without the cover.
Okay, right, now hold on. Can I ask you guys? Can I tell you the part that scares me the most?
Sure.
We don't know what it looks like underneath the fucking repo cover.
Doesn't matter as long as all the pages are there, right? Right, Carter?
Okay, I mean, I don't know, man. I'd hate to like crack that thing out and then I can take off the repo cover.
I would like to know what it says.
It's no
underneath.
grade.
I can get it. Hold on. I'll try to do my best in
Under the
McClay.
cover, it's
Like-
already getting pissed on.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like it could be dark.
Right.
Let me look.
Like,
Hold on one
like
second.
the horror story. We've seen some horror story coverless books, but the point is, super cool. Something you don't see every day, and something I think we should all, kind of think about. That there's opportunities there. That when you see boxes in those like, crazy bookstores that we all go into, particularly when we're traveling, like, oh, let me swing over there. That have coverless books. Like, don't forget to look at.
Okay, ready? Here's the notes because I'm so special. Coverless, cover or color copy, piece out of page 6 and 7, slightly affects story.
Mm.
That is the notes.
Okay.
So, interesting. We talked about stray dogs and how I was the first person ever to bring up stray dogs. So, stray dogs, I wasn't.
First ever.
First ever. I don't even want to hear about it.
There's
Nobody
no
would-
one ever. You taught people. You added the term stray dogs to the English lexicon.
I did. Tony Flex didn't even come up with this idea. I gave it to him at a con I seen him. I was like,
Yeah.
you should write this thing about stray dogs. And he said, great. So stray dogs, number 1.
I was there. Dino even sketched the cover.
I did. It was great. I was like, you should do a Silence of the Lambs variant. He was like, this is the greatest idea ever. We should go with it.
So there's that.
$591 and a penny. A penny saved that dude. 23 bids.
You know
98.
what's funny? So people like that sort of know we do this at shops that I go to. They never want to fucking talk to me about anything ever. Ever. It's just like this motherfucker, right? But occasionally they will. So I was at one this weekend, and this guy looks at me and he's like, what's the deal with stray dogs? He's like, it was all right, but I mean, like, really?
That guy's
Like,
a moron.
dude, I was like, I haven't even read it, but
That shit was good.
that's because I hadn't read it, and I asked McClay the exact same thing. Now he had read it, okay, but I hadn't read it, and I was like, Brian, what the fuck is going on with stray dogs? And you said the exact same thing to me. That shit is good. It is exceptional.
And here's the listen. This, like I said, you guys that were here earlier. This has recently sent me into like a fucking Seinfeld moment. Of like, you know what I don't fucking like? I don't like this shit. It's because of this book. I see so many people out there going, I talked about this book first. You saw it on I talked about this 6 months ago. Here's proof of it. Da, 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 da. Get the fuck out of here. I'm so tired of that. Like it's not, that's not worth it. And if anybody should be getting credit, it's Tony Fleece and Trish Forstner. That's who should be
Amen.
getting credit on this shit.
But
And
Brian,
let's give them their fucking flowers while we can. While shit's hot, congratulations. This shit's good. It's been optioned. I don't care, if they've been on a show on our channel or not. Like this book is good, really good.
And how sweet and kind and just decent is Trish. Now, I've had zero personal interactions with her, but she's been kind enough to be on Comic Book Women.
Yes.
It feels like a half a dozen times, and just like a soulful, fan. I mean, I love to see that. Love to see when good people have some success. For the love of God, I just wish. I'm not going to spend fucking $600 on a Stray Dogs one.
No,
Not gonna
but
happen.
you know what's
But
crazy?
if somebody else wants to, it's
Go
fucking
ahead.
awesome.
You know what's
Yeah.
crazy?
And I mean, good for them. Fucking
Yeah.
awesome, dude. They
They're
love
all selling. All those copies, even the blank variant is selling. Now that could be because of Mel's art challenges, which are exceptional. And I know he's got it in his head to do an art challenge with those blanks. But even the blanks are selling, so that says something. And it's a limited series. I get it; they're going to continue on, but they told a really good story in a 5-issue series. I love when that happens. It usually
What
doesn't
do you think
mean
the over/under is, Brian? That this shit gets put on television or
I think it's
major motion picture?
guaranteed. I think
You
this is
say
going to be
100%.
I'm on. I will say this is 100%. We're going to see some type of animation with this, and it's just going to knock out the. It should look just like it does in the comic because the animation is perfect. It's that perfect mix of like really like Disney-esque googly drawings with a serious topic, right?
Is there a trade paperback yet?
No, but it's coming. That's
Okay.
a good thing. They're also I think they're doing exclusive covers for the trades, which is really cool. They just got signed to CGC, which is they're going to be doing their own in-house CGC signing.
Yeah, because as soon as this thing's in trade paperback, I'll read it. I'll be happy as can be.
But here's the question, right? And it's like you said, my only question is, does this see continued growth through the years? Or if you have this, you sell this now
know.
because it could be the hottest it's ever been.
Yeah, I have to read it first. I mean,
I'm in sell mode. It's not like
even Bone fucking tanked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I am. And the other thing
That's
too,
the
Brian,
hardest part about the market.
is and the only reason is because of my Instagram. If you look at 2016, I prophesized this. So you tell me if it's
June
all-
30th.
June 30th.
June 30th. I had it. Yeah.
Hey, I've had it before everybody. Okay. Ooh, look at this little faucet cover. Underworld Crime number 7, 53.
Jesus Christ. This
1580, 55. I'd like to see the other 12 pictures or 11 pictures. No grade on the cover, but
yeah.
That's 53. So that's a tough book when it comes in the 40s and 50s. That's always tough books. I've been learning a lot about this on our show Thursday nights called Old School Comics with our boy DS and all his fantastic friends. But 1580s, strong, great cover, bondage, torture. I mean, it's got all the bells I know DS talks about on Thursday nights.
That is super risque. That right?
Yeah, it's dark, man. It's dark. It's got bondage. It's got torture. It's got crime. You know,
looks to be in decent condition.
It's got titties.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's got the only thing it's missing is skulls. Really, I mean,
yes,
right. I mean, there's not a pile of skulls in the corner or something. You know,
there are a handful of crime books that are genuinely true art, and they are as horrific as it gets. This is one of them. So anyway,
cool.
You ready? Scooby-Doo's still popping. Holy
popping, baby.
Garbage copy too.
Right? I mean, you guys want to try to give that a little grade action without looking at the back?
3.5.
Yeah,
I was gonna say a 4.
Hold on, you were gonna say a 3.5, Carter?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say.
I think you're being a little harsh.
I think it's. I got 4.5.
Look at the bottom cover. It looks
say
like it's like
4.5
rippled or something along the bottom.
I can price it out though.
I think Dino, you're being a little hopeful. I think Brian's probably spot on, but the point is, it's somewhere in that vector for sure, right?
Yeah.
And holy crap, what a number! What a stinking number!
See, if Josh Allen knows about it,
yeah, he's a hopeful cat too, my man. It'll price up nice. Look,
yeah,
there's TJ. He's more like me.
I know.
Not quite as bad as Carter.
Yeah. So Scooby Doo. I mean, it's a gold key, man. I mean, they always were trash, man. I mean, let's be honest. Like nobody goes through those gold key bins back there. Gold key, all that stuff. The cartoon books is just they get smashed, dude. Kids open
a tough
them.
Book in high grade, and I really regret not buying a real nice copy of this when
you could get it for $20 at a shop in Ohio somewhere.
Oh yeah, no, never. But they were like this amount and not this amount with a 0 on it. So
I keep running into number 7s, mistaking them for number 1s, and
we
getting excited.
We were together, and I did it, and then I watched you do it right behind me.
You just waited for him.
I did. I I didn't even we didn't even talk about it. It was just like unspoken.
So is 7 a cover swipe of 1? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Nah, it's just like also orange-ish,
Oh, okay.
and like, so you're
I see. Okay, let's move on to John Z. Favorite person, Captain Marvel, Wiz Comics.
All right,
That cover is hot.
you guys know what this is?
What is it?
That is the first appearance of Captain Marvel Jr.
Ooh.
Mm.
And I think this dude stole this book. So, for reference, what do you think this book is?
Like grade wise, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
Is that-
It's got
Is that like-
spiral.
Tears, or I mean, color like paper loss on the yellow, or is that paper loss?
Absolutely.
And look at the corner, the bottom corner's chipped out, right? Where it says store, right?
3.
Yeah, 3.
2.5, 3.
2.5, 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got a really bad spine roll.
Yeah.
But you think
Pressable.
any shot it can press up to a 3.5, maybe a 4.0?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
On a good day, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A 4.0 sold in August of 2019 for $2,895.
Wow.
Yeah.
A 4.5 in November of 2020, 3,100. Now the outlier in April of this year, a 5.5. Somebody got it for a little more than $2,000. A 6.0 in December of 2020 was almost 6,500, and a 7.5 in April of 2021. Remember, this was probably the same day that 5.5 sold, right? Sold for $9,150. So super cool book. I mean, I don't know that they're necessarily going to do a lot with Captain Marvel Jr. On the big screen. Looks like he and the rest of the Marvel family are going to get a little bit of action in the new Shazam film, but absolutely a beloved character from the Golden Age and one killer cover.
Yeah. Cool. We got oh boy, who you put this on here?
Yeah.
You hate Jungle Books.
I mean, I do hate Jungle Books, but I also like money. So, like, Jungle Comics #2.
Yeah,
it's a killer cover and a coveted book. A 5.0 sold for about 1,100 and change in January. A 7.0 sold for about $1,400 in April. I think 1,400 if my memory is right.
with 1,600, is that what he started with? I assume, because no way he
I
started.
assume
right.
that was a one and done. Take it off the board. But it's a GPA confirmed sale, so unless there's PayPal, friends and family chargeback shenanigans, it looks to be legit.
Okay.
And I am not suggesting that. Just that these days, if you don't think that's a possibility on every single sale you see, you're naive.
Okay. So that's cool. A little Dr. Doom action.
Damn.
All right. Now, okay. So Carter, why did you say damn?
Because this book
Think
was going
that
for
book's
like
not worth that much money?
$100. Yeah. This is
Exactly.
like
Exactly.
$100 book.
I love this book.
So, and apparently you're not alone, Brian, because it's fucking jumping. 2019 average for an 8.0. Anybody want to guess?
$100.
2019, you said?
2019.
You said about $100, Brian?
I'll say 200.
200? I'm gonna say 235. I'll go up a little higher.
Yeah, he's spot the fuck on. It's like 210, right?
Okay.
Now, here's what's interesting. What do you think the 2020 average was, Carter?
Probably. I'm thinking like 300.
Yeah, exactly. Not much more. 326.
Oh, I was gonna say 525. Jesus.
But the 12-month average is $785 with multiple sales. Okay, the 90-day average is more than $1,000.
Wow.
This price is down.
Jesus.
So super freaking cool. And just to give you some indication of like the escalation of this thing, there was a 9.6 John, I don't know how you say it, Venticchio pedigree that sold in November of 2020 for $1,600.
Oh, wow. Now,
Right.
Carter, do you find he's in the back bins, man? Right?
Yeah. I sold. Okay. last year I sold 2 at different times for like 125, and they struggled to sell. Thankfully I've got 1 left, but yeah, this book was a struggle to sell at a little over 100. So for 800 for an 8.0, that's like, that has me. I'm staggered.
Is it just the cover, or is that it?
I believe it's the first appearance of his childhood sweetheart Valeria, or something to that effect.
So, yeah, I'm not real excited about the first appearance, but I do think like there's 3 major Doom books, right? For me, FF5.
Yep.
Then there's the annual, which tells the origin. And then somehow this one has become number 3 on everybody's hit list. Not necessarily the ASM appearance. Do I think the ASM appearance is more important? Yes. Is it worth more money? Hell yes. But like, collectors just wanting like the Doom book, not like, Spider-Man 5.
Correct.
They gravitate towards this. And I get that. Did I ever think it was going to go this high? Holy shit, no.
No. No.
And it is Valeria's first appearance, which is a
Nice.
cool character considering that they named
The daughter.
the daughter after her. Yeah.
So here we go. I got some relations with this book. So I'll Moon Knight 1, Malik variant second print. Very hard to find book.
Tell them how hard it is.
The CEO, as he does, he graciously is a gracious God sometimes, and he for Nico's all of his hard work, gifted one of these bad boys to Mr. Nico himself.
Wow.
So I will explain the story. I found this on. This is already gone, so it doesn't even matter. I found this on eBay over in the United States or United Kingdom, right? So
Yeah, I was going to say, you found it in another country.
So I found another country. Guy wanted X amount of money for it. I'm like, sure, whatever, dude. Guy doesn't ship it to the United States. I had to find, again, I'm going to be terrible at this. One of our fans of the podcast hooked us up and said, hey, I'll buy it for you and ship it to you. And I was like, yeah, it was like dopeness. So I gave him the money. It's all good. And I appreciate the fan. I can't remember his name, but shout out to him. Hopefully he comments.
Dude,
And it came to
super
Nico's
cool.
door. Yeah, it came to Nico's doorstep, and he was complaining for months. I couldn't find this book. I want this book. It's going to be the Moon Knight book. Blah 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 blah. So
So let me tell you why I think it's going to be the Moon Knight book is you can't even fucking get Comic-Con numbers on it.
mm-hmm.
I can't find it. I can find everything. Can't find this fucker. So super cool book, super hard and high grade. There was like a broke ass copy that was on eBay that someone found that sold for hundreds of dollars. If my memory is correct here recently, it should be on eBay sold listings. But that was months after I basically gave up, and Dino kindly found me this book, which I am incredibly appreciative of. So
yeah, it's got some pressable defects on it, but I mean, it made it across the ocean pretty safely. So
yeah, it's one of my favorite Moon Knight covers, maybe my favorite of them all.
yeah. So that was our little story, a little banter on that one. Little Phantom Lady action.
What does this have going for it, Carter?
It's got headlights. It's got bazongas.
Oh, okay.
Bondage too.
You know what's
Yeah.
funny? Since it's Australian, I love to buy books out of Australia now because the exchange rate's so in our favor. I mean, you're getting damn near 30% off your money in Australia. So, think about that too when you're doing some eBay deals. But Phantom Lady number 23, bondage cover, right? Great cover.
Bruh. It's
I don't know, 1100 seems a little steep, but that's me.
just,
I mean,
it's
come
as
on.
good as it gets.
You think so? Even with that big ass corner missing on it?
I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
I fucking love this
It
book.
presents
It's
very
beautiful.
well.
It's beautiful.
They are
And,
hard. I got a Phantom Lady that's like falling apart, so I mean they all fall apart.
so, all right, I think it's the most coveted good girl book of them all, even more so than Cinderella Love 25.
Ooh,
Fight me.
I
Fuck.
will.
Yeah,
will.
I mean, it's
I'll wear
gorgeous,
Baltimore.
right? It's just gorgeous. Baker at his finest, and everybody loves it for good reason. So the CGC copies sell for a truckload of money, but the GPA data is scant at best. A 3.0 sold in June for $6,523.
Okay.
A 4.0 sold in June for $8,400. There weren't really any other sales. So somebody let this sucker go.
Yeah.
Just doesn't come up that often. It's wow.
But George, I could buy a modern book for $1,200 and have something else. I'm being you.
Yeah, I think I want people like for a little bit just to kind of wrap their heads around this. Like, think about can we think about a $1,200 modern cover?
Yeah,
9.8. Like, what's that book?
Moon Knight Signature 1 variant.
You can't get it for less than fucking 5 stacks these
Well,
days.
now, back in the day, you could.
Yeah, but let's talk about today. Today's prices, comparing this to other today's prices. A Losh variant.
Yeah.
I mean, can you think of like another
Walking Dead 1?
No, let's just think good girl art. It's a good girl book.
Okay.
Right? Not the first appearances, just good girl art to good girl art.
Which does Spider-Verse 1 count, or Spider-Verse 2, Gwen Stacy, does that theoretically count? Can you even get that for $1,598 now?
Absolutely not. But no, that does not fucking count. Spider-Gwen does not count as good girl art. Losh counts as good girl art.
Yeah, I guess.
We think of some other ones. I mean, there's some Catwoman covers. There's some other big ones. But my point is, for that amount of money, it just seems like there's so much opportunity in Golden Age.
There is. That's the fact I'll agree with. How about that? Marvel Comics CGC Spotlight number 5. Great listing. Love it. Bring the fire.
So the 2019 average, who wants to take a guess?
I will, because I had one in 2019, I think. So I had a 7.5 for that price. So I would say 4.5 was probably $600, maybe $500. A point, probably 100 a point.
$323.
Sounds about right. Okay.
2020 average?
Probably not much more. Probably 500.
About 4. 12-month average?
850.
750.
No,
the 90-day average is a little bit less than this. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yep.
It's been such an incredible escalation. And, if I told a traditional collector that they could get either the most coveted, not a great copy, but a nice presenting copy of the most coveted good girl art book of them all, or a lower mid-grade copy of Marvel Spotlight 5, they'd want to fight me for the Phantom Lady.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, it just shows. I mean, I should have kept mine. They were hard to find, and I didn't. I thought, I'll get back in later, and later went and gone and passed. So kept mine. I didn't need to sell it, but I did, and I was like, yeah, I kind of. Yeah.
All right, let's talk about real opportunity. Okay.
Yep.
What is this book?
So it's Captain America Comics number 5, CGC 5.0, first full Stan Lee story, which is. And the cover is awesome too, so I mean that helps. It's probably and the crazy part about these are all the reds present very well. I mean the Captain America banner usually that's the first to fade, or get crumpled on because of the top.
It's a nice looking 5.0.
Yeah, it's great.
But the Rockford pedigree in 2010, how much do you think it would cost?
What was the grade?
Same grade, 5.5.
In what year was it?
Or no, I lied. 5-0 in
In what?
2010.
A
1,200.
couple grand.
Yeah, 2,500.
Exactly, couple grand, 2 stacks.
Yep.
I mean, in May, this book in 5.5 sold for $3,840.
Mm-hmm.
This is a major uptick for it
Yep.
on the 4th of July. But when you compare it to some of these other books, I mean, just think about other books, right? And what they sold for in 2010 and what they're selling for now. Doesn't it seem criminally undervalued comparatively? Am I nuts? Am I just like turning into an old fart
You
in the
are.
comic community?
Well,
Is that what's
brother,
happening?
It just
Did you
hasn't caught up yet, bro. I'm
Did-
telling you, once people realize some of these books and the historical aspect, and yeah,
Did you run up and down the gauntlet of GPA? And what is it? Is it like a book that gets listed quite frequently, or is it pretty scant?
No, fuck no.
So that
I thought I was going to be able to sneak it for like 4 stacks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Captain America comics, especially like you're talking single digit Captain America, man. I mean,
It's the fucking first full Stan Lee story.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
it's not Cap 3, but Jesus Christ.
So you followed this auction to the very end, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so the final like 5 seconds, what happened? Where was it at? And then what happened?
Yeah, it jumped a stack.
Whew.
Yeah.
So even at an hour out, what was it at? 4 stacks? 5
Yeah.
stacks still? 4 stacks? Yeah.
It's yes, stuff like this, like literally in the last like however many seconds, like something like this will just jump. Yeah.
No, it's all the snipe bids, but we'll leave that for a different day. Planet Comics 33, 930. Good girl cover. I mean, I like this cover.
All right.
Seems
Black.
low.
Okay.
For as
Yeah.
pretty as
So
it is.
what do you think it is? What do you think that grade is?
That looks like a Golden Age 6.
Yeah. I mean, not knowing the back cover, obviously. I mean,
Yeah.
Right, but she's pretty, right? They
Yeah.
they have it listed as a VG plus. I didn't bother to flip it over. I didn't really. I would have if I had a little bit more time. Shame on me. But a 4.0 in June was $800. A 5.5 January, 2,400. So these Planet Comics are all over the board. That's one of my favorites. Love the red dress, long legs. Really do. Would be interested in seeing what the back of this guy looked like, and some interior pages. Who knows?
I can show it too. I can do it all. I can do it all, people.
Yeah, but you don't get any interior pages. That's one of those guys who's like front, back, go fuck yourself.
Oh, yeah. But we can see what the back looks like.
Oh, bitch, that is clean.
Gorgy.
Woo!
Yeah.
I can do it
Oh,
all.
that's
man.
that's a 7. 6.57.
Can I actually?
Right? So, yeah, Paul, our buddy Paul, with zero to work with other than his intuition and fabulous taste, immediately knew that seems low.
Yeah.
So
Purdy.
It's a book I just, leave in the background at home.
so
Right.
it doesn't come up often. I mean, it's not like there's a ton listed, there's a lot. Well, it's an iconic cover when they have magnets made for it and like posters, like repo posters and stuff like that. So
Right?
yeah, so cool, very cool, very cool. Neymar's hitting it. Oh boy,
Book on a tear. Okay.
Yep.
3.5 2020 average price 1,700 and change. 12-month average 3,100. 90-day average 4,300. This is the record high.
For now.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
You guys want to talk about the Namor rumors?
well, some more information came out that he's the bad guy in the Wakanda thing, right? Just recently, just the other day.
Absolutely.
So let me look it up.
Yeah, I mean, number of the insiders, basically are indicating that it's him, Atuma, and help me out.
says here
Who's the other
Black
one?
Panther, Atlantis, or I mean, not Atlantis. It did any here. I'll just read it. Here we go. Well, no, I don't want to read it from there. I just pulled up. We got that covered. Jesus. All right, let's see here. Digital Spy. That might be another shitty one. Who knows? But it says Black Panther 2 plot details confirm long-running villain theory. And then they talk about both Wakanda and Atlantis are hidden civilizations with advanced technology. Wakanda, anyways, yeah, they just go on to talk about Namor is good to go.
Yep. Interesting.
Yeah, there's one other character that was confirmed. I can't remember, or pseudo confirmed, but pretty interesting.
I think weren't we me and you talking about a fourth character? That's a mystery.
Yeah, that's the one that we couldn't figure out. Like, is it going to be Doom?
Yeah. So there's a fourth character that's supposed to be super secret that nobody knows about.
Yeah, I can't freaking remember. Shame on me.
That's fine.
It started production though, so we're gonna start seeing things really, really soon.
And last but not least for the comic book portion is we always end on it, right? Incredible Hulk 181, CGC 92, 15 stacks.
All right,
That's low. That's low.
That's so. Carter's
We
right.
need to make a high-low sign like Theater Flipside.
Yeah,
I think that. What do you think of that fair? What 21?
no, I mean the 90-day average is 16,000. But the book's been on a fucking tear. In July, there was an $18,000 sale. A 9.6 in June sold for $27,600. So I just want to kind of give you guys a comparison to what the fucking market is like from today. Okay, where everybody's like books are down, and they are. Thank God. I hope they go down a little bit more so I can sleep at night. Jesus Christ. To where they were in March of 2020 when we got news that, here comes the fucking virus that's going to kill us all. What do you think a Mark Jeweler 9.4 sold for in March of 2020?
40 grand.
How much?
30
How
grand.
much? You
30 grand.
You said
I said
30?
40 at first, but I'm gonna drop it to 30.
40?
I'm gonna
This
go
was in March
40.
of 2020?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 35,000.
35? Anybody? Come on, Carter. Paul? Thoughts?
Ooh.
March.
I would go with 30. I'm gonna have to go with 30.
Okay. Paul?
28.
$9,000.
Oh
Okay,
my
so-
god.
Wow.
That's a Mark Jeweler variant. Now, guys, I love Hulk 181.
A 9.8? How much? What was the grade on it?
No. It's a 9.4 Mark
Okay.
Jeweler. There's not a 9.8 Mark Jeweler, but 9.4 Mark Jeweler. I mean, what the fuck? Are you kidding me?
Is that the highest
Yeah.
graded Mark Jeweler?
I don't know. Probably. Fuck. Hell if I know. Jesus Christ.
Or
But the point is,
noted, I guess.
yeah, the point is, I mean, I love this book and Giant Size X-Men and FF5 and like all of these books that have just been on a tear lately. But they got to fucking calm down. It's time to taper them back in so that I can not have a fucking nightmare of a meltdown. I'm not trying to, cut the price in half. I would like to see them come down about 25% and stabilize. Just my hope for a healthy market that is the ebb and flow of the comic market.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. All right, Brian, let's hit it off on some good.
Sorry, this is one. Yeah,
right,
one last thing, just so you guys can see.
They kind of look like
there's-
cards, so I didn't get.
There's other people that are doing this crazy shit. This is 38 copies of Ironheart #1. I don't know if this got paid, okay? But how much do you think an Invincible Iron Man #1 costs?
I got mine for $5.
I'm cover price or die.
Yeah.
Not how much would you psychos pay for it?
I'm thinking that's like a $30 book at least. At most.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
You say at most. First you say at least, then you say at
No,
most.
yeah, at most, at most, at most.
Yeah, I would probably pay 50 at most, and that's stretching the high end limit
Yeah,
of.
you're out of your fucking mind. If you pay $50 for that, I'm gonna fucking stop talking to you. $20 unsold on eBay.
Yeah.
Unsold right now. You can buy them for $20. But somebody cobbled them together, 38 of them, put up a pretty picture in an investor lot. And it fucking blew them out and got this crazy amount. And I get that they're high grades, and I get that like a 9.8 is $150 or something. But come the fuck on.
I want to say, why do we always end the segments on your stuff you sell on your eBay? So.
I didn't sell this. I swear to God. God strike me dead. It's not me. God strike me dead. It's not me.
He didn't put a fire emoji. He's trying to go through the eBay algorithm.
It wasn't on his eBay. It was on his whatnot.
I know. It's fine. It's fine.
I didn't do it. It's not me. I swear it's not me. I'm not above it. I just wasn't smart enough to do it. Just wasn't smart enough to do it. Thanks, guys.
Somebody in the chat was asking about a book that I thought I'd just pull up. He said this book was asked about this book, this Web of Spider-Man one, the Disney Adventure Campus variant, selling for about $300. It looks like with all the goodies.
Here's why I omitted it, because I hear different rumblings of like, there's cases of them and this, that, and the other, and I just didn't know enough, and I didn't want to like.
Hey, Honesty in Comics, man.
I didn't want to. Yeah, I didn't want to throw gasoline on the fire. I didn't know if this was going to be the next like Star Wars experience book or the set book or whatever. Frankly, they've been selling for a little bit more than that. This was kind of a lower sale, and
when Nico,
I see more and more of them.
When he talks about it on the Monday show, the flagship show, it's going to the moon, baby. It's going to the moon. eBay's getting gone, dude. See ya.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So in 4 months we can be like, 4 weeks ago we talked about it first.
Yeah. Look at Tales from the Flipside. Nico posted it on Instagram.
Do you guys know if there was a warehouse find, or not a warehouse find, but like if the people just started getting more and more copies of that, or what the deal is?
I haven't heard anything. Chat, let us know.
I mean, because that could be player hating, could be real, and I just didn't know enough to like talk about it intelligently. So
it's ripe for one of those situations. A Disney, worker walking home with one of the boxes, because that's what I would do.
Yes, dude.
Do it.
All right, here we go.
Oh boy.
So for those of you guys that have your Garbage Pail Kids Series 1 still with a rubber band around them, you can send them into PSA and they can get a PSA 4 and still sell for $150. So,
bruh.
Yeah. All right, here's all your Deadpool X-Men 1 fans. That card is still selling. Again, remember, PSA is not grading cards. As a matter of fact, they just reopened their only grading tier, which is $200. They're express. I think it's $200 a card. So if you want to spend $200, you can get stuff graded. But there you go. Yeah, pretty crazy. All right. This is interesting. This is from the 2021 Upper Deck Marvel Black Diamond set. A lot of people are talking about this new X-Men set that just recently got released. I've seen a lot of sales on this, but this was a Peach Momoko sketch card of Black Cat that actually is good. I mean, that's not terrible. It's not terrible.
It's not, homie. You can get a page. You can get a cover, original art cover. What the fuck?
Yes.
What you doing?
Exactly.
So hey, time out. That's unquestionably about the same price as a night of her first appearance, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Damn.
And it's a decent sketch.
Damn.
It's nothing crazy. It's not like it's Adam Hughes or something. I mean, all right. Here's something cool, I thought. Walt Disney 1931 Walt Disney card, where he's actually got Mickey in the card with him. Yeah. A couple of these sold the last month. $9.99 was the most. Another one sold for like $8 something, I think. We talked a while ago about Stan.
Again, can I be the old guy? Can I be the old guy again? compare that fucking awesome Walt Disney card. You can have 2 of them and enough money for a really nice dinner or the fucking Momoko sketch.
Well, not only you can have 2 of these for that Momoko sketch, you can add one of these. We were talking about this a while ago. When are we going to start seeing the Stan Lee signed cards pop up? And here you go.
Wow.
Yeah. Great card to get signed. I mean, I would love to see the Foom cover signed and see what that goes for. All right, here, if you guys don't think that cards have hit the plateau or are starting to correct itself, and that's not coming to comics, I don't know yet. I don't know, but listen, when you can get all 3 Impel series unopened for $700, I saw Series 1 unopened Series 1 boxes go for as little as $300. So the shit is starting to drop. So yeah.
Do they have plastic on it?
Yeah, it looks like
no. Do they have plastic on it, the unopened ones?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, you got to help me decide how low they got to go before I can buy me a box of plastic on it.
I think a couple hundred is a pretty damn good place to start buying in on them. Yeah, I mean, it depends. Do you want to open them and search for 10s? Because 10s are still selling out of this stuff. So I don't know how hard
to do that. Yeah, I don't know how to do that unless Stein helps
grading
me.
Grading is shut down. That's another thing too, So it's really interesting. All right, here is for all those people that got in on the Yoda Living Legends set. So what these are, for you guys that don't know, is they look like the original 77 Topps design, but they're from 2019. Topps does a thing called the Living Set, where they put out like 3 cards every month, I think, and they only sell it it's only available for sale for a certain amount of time, and then that's however many sell in that period of time is how many there are. So some of the Living sets only have a couple hundred of that card printed. They've obviously printed a ton of these, but they're still selling. I think I bought like 20 of them so you can get them graded in the future, and if you have any graded now and you already jumped on that train, you were smart, because you can get $200 a pop for them. That's
hey Brian, how much were they retail?
I think they were like $7 a pop. Chat, let us know if you remember what they were. 7, I think they were 7, maybe something like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, something like that. All right.
So can I just mention that the whole card thing allows me to feel like the people who are just the comic collector guys. They're like, I collect books. I like it. I just want to look at it and keep it and die with it and whatever. You know what I mean? Because I don't know enough to fucking grade them. I don't know enough to sell them. I don't really know enough to buy them. And I fucking love that about it.
That's why you watch the market report, so you guys know.
And pretty soon, it's gonna fucking be ruined for me, because I'll be good at it the rest of the shit. But for the time being, it's awesome. I bought a comic card today that Dino sent me.
Well, this right here, I never knew about these. These are the 2001 Panini Harry Potter sticker set. And
is that the rookie year?
I'm thinking so. Wasn't Philosopher's Stone the very first movie? And here's some prices on graded stickers. As you guys remember, Panini also, that's what they're known for, is selling the little sticker packs. And, people held on to them without putting them in the book, which was smart. I always talk about the Power of the Force last 17 figures. And let you guys know what you're looking for if you ever find them loose that they sell. Here's one of the Ewoks, Warrock. It has his bow and his bag and headpiece, which is great. Sold for $361. That's bonkers. All right, we've talked about this figure before. For all of the G.I. Joe fans out here, this is one of the greatest G.I. Joe figures ever made. It was a mail-away figure. It's all it is Storm Shadow, but colored teal blue. And super dope figure. It came with either black swords or silver swords. And one of my favorite figures. This one sold for $157 without having the crotch piece, which is one of the major pieces on Joe's that always... you either see cracks on their elbows, no thumbs or the crotch missing. Those are like the three main things that to look out for. The cracks on the elbows are most common, and crotch pieces and thumbs are pretty close. So
His dick got kicked in.
Yeah, right. Well, listen, man, that's one of the main things that happen on those figures. And I would always like use my teeth to open up the hand a little bit to fit a bigger gun in there, right? Right. So
I would do that, and then like the thumb would just wind up in my mouth, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Now what am I gonna do? Gosh darn it! Right. All right. This is a super dope figure. I tried to find. I never pulled the trigger. I should have. I always wanted a sealed bag one because it had its file card, and then in with it one of the red back file cards, I believe. So I got a couple loose ones, and with one file card, I think. But this is a dope figure. All right, next figure is another G.I. Joe figure. Now, for those of you guys that don't know, this is Starduster. Starduster was a tough figure to get. It was one of the first mail-away exclusives for G.I. Joe's Stars cereal. Remember the G.I. Joe cereals that they put out in '87? It was available as a mail-in offer from Hasbro Direct, and there was other variants to this figure. And he was discontinued in '91. But there are 3 variants known to exist. They use different waists on different figures. So they used a Recondo torso and with a Recondo waist, a Duke torso with a Recondo waist, and a Duke torso with an iceberg waist. I am not 100% sure which one this is, but it sold for had all the accessories. That backpack is super dope. The jetpack backpack, but sold for $255 loose. Dope figure. Yeah. So low for Starduster, as we find out from Dennis. And he's missing his gun. You guys are right. He is missing his gun. So dope figure, though. Really dope figure. All right. This I talk about the Legends figures a lot. This is I think the third Build-A-Figure wave. Chat, let me know if I'm right. I think it was Galactus was the first Build-A-Figure wave, Apocalypse the second, and then the Sentinel third. But I might have Sentinel Apocalypse mixed up. Anyways, I didn't know that the Omega Red figure sold for this much. This is crazy. I've talked about
for a hell of a lot more than the first appearance. Holy shit!
Right, right.
We finally got him on screen.
Yeah. And this just blows me away. I'm pretty sure I have a couple of these. When these Build-A-Figure waves were going on, my pops was a manager at a Walmart, and he would just let me know, hey, we got a bunch of new Legends on the shelves, and I'd go up there and score, grab them. And then I realized you can go at nighttime while they were stocking shelves, and I would just go and look for the boxes straight from Hasbro, and I would open it up, pull out the variants, because back then you would look for the variants. I was one of those assholes, or I would just buy the whole set. Then I caught on really smart, and DCBS came out, and DCBS you could buy the whole case straight from DCBS for like half the price. So I just started buying cases at a time, which is really cool.
God bless DCBS. They were back in the day. They were just the shit, dude. You get ratio variants for half ratio in My Light 2s with fullbacks. I'd literally just change I'd open my shit, take out my receipt, put in the CGC receipt, and send it to fucking CGC.
Well, not only that, the only shitty thing about DCBS was so great, but you had to wait 3 months for your first order, right? Because you were getting everything from previews. And I would get everything. I'd buy shirts, toys, statues, all my reading books, everything. And this big, huge box. I'd come home from work. There'd just be this massive box just chilling for me.
Yeah, and I didn't, dude, I don't know that there was like FOC shit going on with them. Like their FOC was like 90 days out. Like you better fucking know what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like it was a lot of like blind bluff stuff with them, but it was cool. Those were the good old days, man. God.
Yeah, they were great. Let's see what we got here. Okay, this was interesting. I know that some of these McFarlane Movie Maniacs figures sell, but I didn't realize they sold for this much. This is Jason from the Jason 10 figure, $140 for 13 bids. Do you realize these sell for that much, Carter?
Absolutely not. But it just makes sense that it does, though, right?
It looks like that's one of the best figures. Isn't there a Jason 10 comic book where it's his first appearance? Isn't that the Topps one? Is there a Topps comic?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
That's a fucking great book too.
Yeah.
That you can absolutely find in dollar bins. What the hell is that?
It's a Topps book. It's like it's a Jack Kirby something, I think. Satan 6. Is it Satan
6? Number
God.
4. Satan 6, number 4, I believe.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll look it up right now. Hold on. Watch this. This is why we have supercomputers.
3. TJ Time Bomb 3.
TJ Time Bomb got it. All right, here we go.
Yeah, will you show them the cover though?
Yeah, I will for sure.
Because it's a dollar bin book all day, and in a world that just loves
4.
first appearances. Oh, is it 4?
Like it's 4. Yeah, hold on. Open image in new tab.
Nice. There we go.
There we go.
Thank you, sir.
And there's actually
what a fucking great book.
Yeah, here is this. Watch this. This is the actual image from it. The inside. Nice. When he shows up. Great. Man, wouldn't you love owning that original piece of art?
Oh, dude.
That would be sweet, man. First ever appearance of Jason in the comics.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
All right.
And I bet there was an opportunity to get that real cheap at one point in time.
Got to have our Boba Fett on here. Here's another record breaker. This is the Return of the Jedi 77 back figure.
Hey, can I ask a question about toys as you guys help me? So I see these toys, and sometimes the little plastic part will be yellowed. Is that like yellow? Is that like the equivalent of having like shitty pages on a comic? Is it worse?
No,
is
it's
it
just
less
old.
important?
Plastic ages.
Doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, it does matter. If you have one that isn't yellowed as much, it'll sell for much more.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
It just means it's getting close to brittle.
Yes.
And that it could crack on you. But yeah.
But is it like super fatal, kind of fatal? I mean, it matters, but it doesn't matter a lot, or it matters a ton, or
it matters a lot. It does.
Okay.
It does matter, yeah. So,
okay.
But 2,300 for this, that's great.
It's a beautiful, beautiful toy. My God.
Yeah. Here we have a couple of these sold. These are the Batman the animated series with combat belt stuff with the cool little harpoon that's tied to a string. I didn't know these sell for that much. $232 for this.
I feel like an asshole. I've left that toy recently for nothing.
Oh yeah. Yep. This is cool. Vintage Tiger Sharks figure, Captain Bizarrely, $305. You find this is the type of shit you can find loose, guys. Definitely you can find loose. It doesn't even it looks dirty. It looks like his boots are dirty. But bins and stuff, if you train your eyes to look for certain figures, this is money, lots of money. There's some crazy stuff that I found. What the hell is this? And shout out to what is this stuff? Is this just people just being jokers, or is this?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's this guy. He did it first. He does it with when books just kind of like don't make sense anymore.
Signed by Stan Lee.
He just makes all that stuff on there.
Okay.
It's just him fucking with it in Photoshop. So the dude's occasionally I'll throw it on our IG just for shits and giggles. He'll do the sad Michael Jordan with Uncanny X-Men 141. Like he made it a 90 or a 9.3 or something.
Like look at this.
Yeah, like when it disappeared because like you couldn't buy a 9.8 for a while. Like they got so expensive. Did you know that book is like bananas expensive in 9.8?
9.3.
Yeah.
What has he actually sold though?
I don't know. But I
Let's
think
take
the
a
dude-
look. I'll go.
the
let's
dude's
go
a
take
wild
look.
man. He's got like a legit
Before I
store.
do this, let's make sure there's no good girl
No
or nudie
titties.
art. He sold nothing. Yeah.
He's way ahead of us. It's his IG. His IG is eBay.
Yeah, he's future priced.
Yeah, he has sold nothing.
Hashtag future spec.
Yeah. All right, so
Can I
this is
just mention that is like the dumbest fucking hashtag on Instagram comic land?
what do you mean?
Hashtag future spec.
That's
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
that's what it
yeah.
is. Basically a redundant term.
Yeah, but that's bizarre. That doesn't even make any. I'm like, what? That doesn't even make any sense. Why would you just call it? Like, I don't know. God bless them.
All right, for all you
I'd
history
let people
buffs,
live. I'm sorry.
this stuff right here is super cool to me. Now, some people are gonna be pissed that they're cutting up historical documents. I get it, but this is crazy. So, 3 cards from the President of the United States set, and these are, I guess, special cards that you could get. This sold for $178. It is a piece of handwritten Abraham Lincoln. It's a letter that was and they cut it out and put it on there. And the back says something about, it being a handwritten piece of from Abraham Lincoln. There's a couple. I have a couple more here. Hold on, I'll show you guys. This one is a cool one. This is from Thomas Jefferson. Sold for $152. Look at that. The word I that or you that. I don't know what that is. I that maybe.
That looks like a big old eye. Yeah.
It says on the back, third president, this authentic handwritten word comes from a document written by Thomas Jefferson. To view the entire document and authentication for this true piece of American history, visit us at sportscards.com. But that's pretty damn cool, man.
I like that.
All right, so
I love that.
Right, Thomas Jefferson and Abraham Lincoln, all great, but then you throw in the big dog. Let me grab this. Let me see if I can find it. All right, you throw in the big
I want
dog,
one that says "I do declare."
and you get George Washington.
Jesus.
It's got a couple words from George Washington there, and it comes with a historic relic actually handled by the president. So 2 cards. They must have made these to sell exclusively. It says this authentic handwritten word comes from a document.
Wow.
Yeah, right. And this one sold for $260.
You know what's nice about this, dude? I am always looking for like shit to give people for Christmas that like have more money than fucking they know what to do with, and have no concept of like. I'm like, here's my fucking meager shitty gift that you're gonna fucking not
care about.
Throw away. Yeah, it's fucking stupid. This stuff is great Christmas gifts.
Yeah, it is. It is.
You know what I mean?
It's really cool. All right, so just a couple more here. This is very interesting. This is a 1936 Wolverine Gum Strange True Stories number 24. Look what it is. It's Batman, the Batman,
Wow.
from 1936.
Ooh.
That's beautiful, man.
Ooh.
It's a card. Yeah, I've never heard of this. True stories from the files of one of the world's greatest collectors of strange tales. There's an interesting story about a man that flies through the air under his own power. They call him the Batman. Is this pre-detective?
Yeah, this is a platinum age. I mean, in that realm. So yeah, very much pre-Batman, pre-Superman.
It is. It's cool, man. And it sold for $3,000. 23 bids. It's a poor one. 20 or $3,000. That is pretty damn cool. Really cool to me. Yeah. All right, we got another one here. Here we go. This is very interesting for Masters of the Universe fans. This is from Great Britain. So $745, double that. And or $1,000 is what it sold for US.
That looks like I don't know what you want to call it, like a
custom.
Looks fake, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a real toy. This is a laser light Skeletor.
Wow.
They very rare. They only did it in Europe. Masters of the Universe. It says here, this incredibly rare figure was made in Italy, and from what I gather, only released in continental Europe.
Huh.
1988 Laser Light Skeletor action figure. And not only is there
Leg's gonna be pissed until he has one.
right, not only is there a Skeletor, there is a He-Man sold for $1,000. Here is the Laser Light He-Man.
I
That's
did. I
wild.
could have swore I've seen this before.
Crazy
That's
cool,
wild.
man.
Yeah,
Right?
that is
I mean,
wild.
totally-
I like it.
Totally late 80s figure, got the batteries and real big and clunky. That is really cool.
I can't suggest that I give two shits about your average international toy comic or whatever until they're different, and then I am freaking in love with them. I'm fascinated with the variations, the non-canon, the different clothes or different covers or whatever. Like they just become so awesome.
Yeah. So Arthur says when Masters of the Universe died out in the US, it was still strong in Europe.
Wow,
That's cool. That's cool. He's, Justin says there's two He-Man versions. One has a head that is supposed to look like Dolph Lundgren. The
No
other is
shit.
the regular you are showing. Yeah. Very rare Skeletor in Italy. That's pretty cool. All right. So that is the market report, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for hanging out with us. I want to real quick give a shout out to one of our favorite retailers, friends of the show, Wanted Comics. You guys, if you're a Flipside fan, you already know about Wanted Comics. You know about the awesome covers that he's been doing lately, especially with John Gallagher. We're giving away his vinyl #1 cover. It's going to be giving away based on tonight's show, so stick around for that. And
you were the first person to ever give away a vinyl comic book in the history of vinyl comic books. You did it here on Flipside. It's going to change the market for vinyl
going to change
comics.
the market. Yeah,
23.50 Eastern.
Yeah, 23.
Hashtag future giveaways.
Future giveaways. This is a dope cover. I mean, old school Metallica cover. So I think the way that Drew and John were kind of playing this is they were doing the old school rock covers, but like you saw what was really going on, like out of the camera. The #1 or this one, you see the antagonist doing one of those crazy hanging. What do they call these? It's like a ritual. They have a name for this, isn't it? It's named after a.
I've seen people do them in tattoo parlors and shit, and it is fucking too much, man.
Yeah, it's like a Native American ritual too. I think it's named for some crazy old school Native American ritual. Yeah, that's creepy, right? And then so this is available now. Go over to Wanted Comics. You guys can get the whole set. There is a virgin variant too that is gorgeous. But we are giving away #1, which is a play off of Blizzard of Oz. He originally wanted to have something else here instead of a Randy Rhoads guitar. But I think having Randy Rhoads guitar there is just as cool. So great Blizzard of Oz homage. Really cool. So we're going to give that away. And the way we give those away on here, you guys, we're not old school anymore. We go new school. We make it easy. We do it based on YouTube comments. So after the show is live, I want you to tell me your favorite rock and roll cover, album cover from pre-1990. How about that one? Pre-1990.
Wow.
Fuck it. Let's just go favorite rock and roll album cover. And we will pick one of those random comments next week on the show. And you guys will win that cover, the vinyl #1, the set, the virgin, and the trade dress. And right now, up until Friday, you still have a chance to win the white #1 Jesse James Comics exclusive that we gave away. We gave away on Friday's Hot 10 show. Let me show you what that looks like for all of the fans of white out there. Everybody was looking for the original. This is numbered to 250. Jesse James Comics was cool enough to give us a set to give out or a copy to give out. So we're giving out a copy. And you still have a chance to win this. Go watch the most recent Hot 10 to figure that out. All right, you guys want to get into pickups?
Yeah. All right,
George, you're up.
Yeah, quick, fast, and in a hurry. Like I said, put my money where my mouth is. I grabbed the Immortus. I thought this was a real nice copy. Didn't pay much at all for it. It was like $150. We'll see if I'm a moron or not. Either way, cool book. I grab these every chance I get. So I paid $1.50 for the Avengers. I grab these every chance I get. I want to say it was like $55. She's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. There's like a little tear, which maybe you can see.
What issue is that?
This is World's Finest 53, I think. 153. It's the Robin Slap issue. Sells great on eBay. You should always be looking for them in your long box or in other people's long boxes. I think this was $60. Carter was there when I bought this.
Ooh.
It was adorable. The guy, I was trying to buy a Hero for Hire 1, and the dude's like, it's not priced. You can't sell it. I'm like, or I can't sell it to you. I'm like, sir, you own the store. Can't you just price it now? He's like, no, I can't. And then he had some other dude, and they were all being weird to me and shit. I'm thinking to myself, like, fucking Hero for Hire 1 was a key 40 years ago.
Yeah, that's weird.
Like, what the? This isn't fucking rocket science, but anyway, God bless him.
How much did you pay for that again?
$60. Stole it from the same dude. It's a strange situation. They don't really know how to like grade books or price books at this shop. So like everything is like way high or way low, and then sometimes they'll have like goofy sales where it's like half off everything. And I feel bad for the guy that owns the place. I wish he would watch our show, but he just struggles. Anyway, happy I don't. So this is a fucking gorgeous copy. I paid like $2.25, I think, for it. I think I fucking stole it, frankly, and was shocked to see it in the guy's
it's pretty.
show boxes. I was just shocked, frankly, because, like you said, Paul, it's a fucking pretty ass copy, and this book is super hard and high grade. I'm like everybody else, future spec, like try to grab X-Men keys 7 years before they fucking will show up in the MCU.
Nice one.
$150 for this one, Paul. I'm happy to have this with you here, my friend. I think I got a great fucking deal on it. Now there is one defect which I'm hoping is pressable, but I am legit hoping for a 9.8.
And 150 for that?
If it works. Yeah. And then this is my. You think that was the? Yeah. This was my best buy. You ready? Second print. I paid $20 fucking for it, and I think it is a 9.8. Too. She's fucking gorgy. So yeah, I had some real good buys. Bought a bunch of other trash too, but those were like the more important ones.
Nice.
I see everybody in the chat giving us their favorite covers. Remember, in order to win, can't be in the live chat. That shit's got to be in the comments after the show so I can use the program to pick them randomly. So that's why we do that, guys. I don't want you guys to get screwed and say, oh, I put it in the live chat. No, after the show, put it in the comments below. All right, who's next?
I'll go.
All right.
Okay. I'll tell you what.
I know what's going on here. I've been waiting. Don't you fucking deny me. Don't you deny me.
Well, here's something I picked up at the show. So this is from last weekend's show. So we have Wolverine number 20. I got this CGC 9.8. So this is the first. This is the first, and on top of that, this is a 1 in 60 variant. Let's get the glare monster to back down here. This is the first appearance of Gorgon. He was the main bad guy in the Enemy of the State storyline. His mutant ability, the main one, he can turn people into stone just by looking at them. And he has like enhanced fighting, enhanced intelligence. He's basically a super mutant. And he was really scary. I remember him when I read this story. And I got this for $130. got a CGC 9.8 for $130, and I
Yeah,
was
this is a smart buy, dude.
thrilled. And on top of that, it's a first appearance, and on top of that, it's super hard to find variant. So, yeah, very happy to get this this variant. Okay,
Where the fuck did you buy that? Who'd you get that from?
I got it from Adam.
My man Adam. Adam's got the deals, bro.
Yeah,
Adam's a good boy.
yeah.
He just got a heart of gold too.
Okay, I'm going to talk about this real quick. I love this book. So we have X-Men 7. I think you bought this, George. X-Men 7. I got this for $25. This thing has a ton of art on it. You have the art for Wolverine #1, the Jurjevic variant, and on top of that, you have the art for Generation Hope #1, and you have the art for X-23 #1 here, and you got the art for Uncanny X-Force #1. So it's all, just a beautiful image. I thought Dawkins, Dark Wolverine. Oh, yeah. They got the art for Dark Wolverine, Dawkins Dark Wolverine #1 in here as well. So I like this thing a lot. This was $25.
Yeah, that thing's fucking cheap, dude. That's a cool buy. Good job.
This thing's
You should have saved that. You should have saved that puppy for the Spec 10. Mhm.
Hey, it's never too late. It's never too late.
Never too late.
Okay, let's talk about I like this Star Wars Galaxy #1.
Yep.
On the back, it's sealed with Tales of the Jedi, Dark Lords of the Sith, and a couple of collector cards. I love that. And I got this for $15. Still sealed. Love it. Ooh, let's take a look at this. Ooh. I'm starting off with my favorite book. I went Golden Age shopping the other day and came out with House of Mystery number 34. Look at this. Now we're talking about good girl covers. Look at this. And this is a pre-code book. And just look how solid this thing is. Got this thing for $50.
Wow.
I can't believe it. Look how gorgeous this thing is.
Your internet's all fucked up, so we can't, unfortunately.
Oh shit! Really?
Well, we can see it, but
okay. All right, hold on. How am I now?
Yeah, I think it's more like your camera's fucked up.
No, I think his camera. He's seeing it fine. I think it's his upload
I'm
speed
seeing
because
it.
he sees it nice and clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
All
a
right.
shame.
Okay. What about? Are you seeing this one?
Kind of. Rocket Ship X.
Yes.
That is dope.
Okay, so this is from 1951. So the premise. So this is the only issue of this book, and the premise is that you had a former Nazi. He escaped to his own planet, and another, I guess you could say, good girl cover.
Not bad.
Okay. Can you see it?
Kind of, yes.
Ah, damn it. Okay. All right.
We can see
hard,
her.
dude.
I can see her.
I mean, in our area, it's just so brutal. We just can't get good internet no matter how much you pay for it.
Okay. So, yeah, I guess that's it.
Go to, for those of you guys that don't know, go to Mercenaut's channel to see them in high quality.
Wait a sec. Carter, what about what I was waiting for?
What? What?
You bought a book. It was raw. I was trying to buy it from you. You spent a lot of money on it. You yelled at me.
It's it's downstairs.
You yelled at me like, I'm not fucking selling it. Quit fucking asking about it.
I'll tell you what. I'll show it on
First,
my
you
channel.
complained about how much you spent on it.
Yes.
And then when I was like, oh, that's great. It's funny that you say that. I have that much right now in my pocket. Let me have it. We'll drive to your house. I'll drive 2 hours to your house to go get it. I'll follow you right now. And then you were like, why are you bothering me? That's my book.
I'll show it on
my beloved book
on Wednesday. Wednesday's haul.
Man.
And then we'll talk about it next Monday.
Man.
We'll get into it next Monday.
Oh boy. You're gonna have to tune into your show. They're gonna have to tune in.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys go watch Carter's video.
See
on
what's got
his
me all
channel.
excited. It's got me excited.
I just have one pickup that's about 10 things. I want to give a quick shout out to Nate. Nate, you know who you? Well, fuck it. At What's in Your Stack. That's stack as an STACK, like a stack of cards. Cool dude. Hit me up. Sent me some freebies in mail. He says, "Sup, brother? Just some old school hockey cards I thought you may enjoy. Cheers, Nate." Shout out to Nate.
Is that
Thank you, man.
That's the non-sports card / sports card genius you tell me about?
Well, no, I don't think so. It might be. He sent me some dope hockey cards.
Okay.
All right. So this is a King Henrik Lundqvist Artifacts jersey card, number 2. I think 190, 150, numbered to 150. I'm a huge Rangers fan, especially fan of the King. All right. Now these are dope. Panini put out a set called Classics, Panini Classics, where you could get auto of classic hockey players, including Hall of Famers. This is I don't know how to spell it. So Nick Fotu. I'm not too sure about him. He's a Rangers player. I should know who he is. This one I definitely am sure of. Stefan Matteau, one of the greatest Rangers ever, in my opinion, because we all know the famous call Matteau. Great card signed by Stefan Matteau.
Wow.
For all you Philly fans out there, I hate the Flyers, but I'm a big fan of Hall of Famers. This is Bill Barber. I'm pretty sure Bill Barber's in the Hall of Fame. Old Flyers from the ultimate bruisers out there, right?
Him not wearing a helmet is giving me anxiety.
Isn't that crazy, dude?
That's making me just like,
yeah.
Here's another helmet.
Their head went pop like a watermelon.
Norm Ullman auto.
Damn.
This one's everybody knows Ulf Samuelsson.
Oh, dude, that's dope.
Yeah, old school Hartford. This one he's playing for Hartford. Old school captain of the Sabres, Mike Pekka, autographed. Brian Bellows, for all those guys who love NHL chirps, go look up NHL chirps. Brian Bellows. Brian Trottier gave one of the greatest chirps in NHL history. And if you guys don't know what NHL chirps, spelled CHIRPS, go type it into YouTube and watch and have some fun. Go down a rabbit hole. Brian Bellows autograph. Of course, the Grim Reaper. He's not in his Red Wings gear, but he is. I'm cool with it. I'll take any Stu Grimson autograph. Kjell Samuelsson, Ulf Samuelsson's brother.
That's cool.
I believe. Yeah, I believe. Dave Babbage. Chris Draper. I might have to give this one to Dino. And Dave Tippett, super stud, one of the best coaches in hockey right now, coaching the Edmonton Oilers, was the coach of the Coyotes for a while. So thank you, Nate. Much love and appreciation. This was one of the coolest things that I've ever received.
Wow.
And I'm super stoked. And
that's beautiful, man. Yeah,
couldn't say thank you enough on that one. So I hope he's watching. All right. That is the show, ladies and gentlemen. Again, to get our giveaways, if you want to figure out how to get the white number 1 limited to 250, go watch the latest Hot 10. And then if you want to win the vinyl number 1 set from Wanted Comics, you need to leave a comment under the YouTube video once we're done being live and let us know your favorite rock album cover. I don't want hip hop albums. I don't want country album. I don't even want country anything unless it's Johnny Cash or like Sturgill Simpson or something.
Boxcar Willie.
Yeah, I want Boxcar Willie. I want rock and roll. I want rock covers. It could be metal. It could be butt rock. I don't care. Even the butt rock covers were probably the best next to the death metal covers. Like Cannibal Corpse, like Camaro hair butt rock, like Poison and Warrant and.
They call it butt rock?
Yeah, butt rock. That's butt rock, bro.
I wasn't familiar with that. I'm gonna pretend like I didn't learn it.
Yeah. So and listen, if
Also,
you are
don't like country.
if you are into Cannibal Corpse, I want no pictures on there because that shit won't fly on YouTube. All right, you guys. Thank you for hanging out with us. Make sure to sub. Make sure to hit that like button. We will see you guys next time. Peace.
Yep.